that I'm afraid, but I don't break. I heard you question my stability. You think I'll fall just like a guillotine, but I am here to stay. Won't look away. The storm is coming, so you better start running. No, you can't control, feel it in my bones. I'm coming for the, coming for the. I'm coming for the throne. Coming for the throne. So you wanna be my enemy? You should've known I'd never kiss the rain. Ice runs in my veins. Won't play it safe. I don't belong with your nobility. Who died and made you king of anything? You think that I'm insane? It's your mistake. Kingdoms rise and fall. I've come to take it all. I'll take it. I've come to take it. Kingdoms rise and fall. I've come to take it all. So you better start running. No, you can't control, feel it in my bones. I'm coming for the, coming for the. I'm coming for the throne. Coming for the throne.
Alex has come to the end of the road, chasing alley gold. That's unusual, need to get to know. He be waffling. Alex has come to the end of the road, chasing alley gold. That's unusual, need to get to know. He be waffling. Oh. What's going on, folks? Will Stewart here with another late night THFC rants. My name is Will Stewart. Big up yourselves in the comments. 2-0 win at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Son is back. That's right, that's right. He makes all of his critics look like an ass every time they set his ass on the bench. But people still saying he needs to sit out for next week. Because apparently, you know, logic tells us the history repeats itself. No, that's not true. But we got a fun show tonight. There's people in the back ready to go. But before we get up to those people, let's welcome the people in the comments. Let's see who's there. Make sure you smash that like button. Hit subscribe, ring the bell to let you know every single time that we go live. 'Cause you don't want to miss a beat. Hit a super chat, hit a super thanks if you're watching this after the fact. It helps the channel out, helps us grow. Subscribe to Tottenham Away. And, you know, got the mirrored ones on today. You can see my monitor on. This is the Da Vinci glasses. Yeah, let's see who's in the chat. Make sure you please hit that like and subscribe, and hit the notification bell, so you know every single time that we go live. Big that up. We got this and that 765. I prefer the shows at around this time, Will, a little earlier than usual. Yeah. To be honest with you, I try to do shows. I try to give myself a little bit of a break in between Henry's show. It's hard on Sunday. You gotta do them back to back. You gotta have a little time to eat dinner. Although I didn't have time today, that's okay. We'll just finish this one over. We'll finish this one maybe a little bit early tonight. And then maybe I'll get a chance to have some steak. We got Ryan Biz. Hey, on time, let's go. I'm usually on time more than not, right? So, and if I'm off time, I usually, reset it up. LA 007, evening, guys. I'm here again. Sleep pattern is screwed. Mine's been messed up for a while, too, dude. Ever since I had my 17-hour drive, my sleep pattern has been off, man. I need to get back to normal. If you don't get sleep, you can't get gains. So make sure that you guys get some good sleep at home. We got Ryan Biz in the house again. Sarah plus Ace, big up Will, big yourself up, Tiger. The link is pinned to the top. If you do want to join the show, just click that link and you can come on in. Big up Rick C. Big yourself up, man. We got Shaquille in the house. I see you in the back. We'll be bringing those guests on later. 안녕하세요, Will Hyung. Emerson 왜 갑자기 잘하는 거죠? I don't know, man, but he's doing good. He's doing good. Emerson is doing good now. We got Daniel Sandoval, big up in the house. Daniel, box office and Stargle. That's right. People like my new song over there. If you didn't watch it on Henry Wright's TV over there on the Spurs Corner, make sure you check that out. It was pretty funny. So, big up to Alex. It's a little bit of banter, but it's all good. I love Alex. We got Daniel in the house. We got Step Up Spurs. Big up everyone. Samuel Gourmet. Big up. If you don't know, get to know. That's right, fellas. If you don't know, get to know. Simon Davis. Big up, man. KCW. Someone will be awesome. Super sub. Told you so. TV. Yeah. Who else we got? We got Anthoj. Big up from Minnesota. We'll take some time away. I like it. Jason Bell, big up. Yeah, Will, our shows are usually a little late for me. Cool to see you live again. Yeah, but you know, it's hard to do that every single time, but that's what it is. If you haven't liked the show already, make sure you do so. Let people know that you're out there. Share that stream too. Share the stream with your buddies, with your friends, your mates. Let them know we're live. We're gonna have a good time tonight. But let's see. Let's start to bring in some of the guests in the back and let them come on in. I don't know if I have a personalized one for this gentleman right off the bat, but we'll just throw one in here just because. We'll throw this one. I haven't played in a while. From Malaysia, stepping it up. You know him, you love him. Elias is in the back room because he's stepping up Spurs. Everybody in the comments, show your love.
What's up, guys? Where are all the Sunny haters?
Huh?
Where are all the Sunny haters? Have they gone to sleep tonight?
You haven't even gone to sleep yet, have you?
Yeah, I had a good sleep for like 2-3 hours. Then I woke up and had my breakfast just after Henry's show. And yeah, I'm quite happy today. Yeah.
Good deal. Good deal. But yeah, we've got the next guest to bring in, and they're becoming a weekly regular on this show, which is good. I like to see that. So we'll have to find, both Elias and our next guest are starting to become weekly regulars. So we need to find music for them as well. But we'll just throw this one on in the meantime. From the US of A, staying up late with us as well, Shaquille's in the house. Big up, Shaquille.
Yes, very excited about the win today. I'm looking forward to the show.
There you go. That's right. What are your thoughts on the show? On the game, not the show, the game.
Yeah, the game was good, I think. I think I would like to, when we're having the show, discuss some of the agendas I'm seeing on the other channels. There are people that are spreading a lot of Conte hate. I really don't like it. I don't know what the fans think they are, but I really want to discuss that.
Yeah, we'll definitely be talking about Conte. But let's bring in the next guest before we get too deep into it. It's early for him, from the Lounge Down Under, boxing kangaroos and spraying him in the eye with cologne. Shane B is in the house. Everybody in the chat, show love for Shane. What do you know, Mr. Man? What were your thoughts on the game today?
Better performance in the second half. Yeah, first half was a bit bloody boring. For me to get up at 2:30 in the morning to watch that boring first half was a bit hard.
Yeah, it was a bit dull. Although I didn't think the first half was necessarily horrible. Did we really create anything? Did we do a whole lot? Maybe not. I didn't think that we were bad in the fact that I didn't think that they would look like they were going to do anything score-wise. I think they only had one shot on target the entire game. We'll get into the stats for sure later on. We got Mr. M in the chat as well. Big up, my man. 2 a.m. in the UK time. That's right. And Dan says you have spreadsheets. I'm running this probably for the next 2 hours at the minimum, Dan. So bring your spreadsheets on in, and we'll see how that works.
What is it all about, the spreadsheet?
Oh, Son. He says Son needs to sit on the bench again next week against Chelsea. That's Dan's agenda. But
what did Richarlison do? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Run around like a chook with its head cut off.
I mean, Son did more in the first 7 minutes of being on the pitch than Richarlison did in the first 67 minutes. Like literally, did more, had more key passes, more better passing accuracy. And then scored a goal himself, right? So I'm not sure what people think. Like, this is such a logical fallacy that, because Son, it's so anecdotal that because Son has come off the bench twice and scored twice, that's the only way he can score. When we know history, if you really want to look at history, and it maybe hasn't been the case this season in the league, by the way, let's not forget that in starts in other competitions, Son scored just fine, right? Club leader in the Champions League for goals, club leader in the FA Cup for goals, and he's got 5 now, tied with Bentancur and Højbjerg in the league. Look,
Dan.
Dan, that's even worse, dude. Like, Danjuma has played 5 minutes all season. There's no way that any spreadsheet can show that Danjuma deserves to start ahead of Son. That's just redonkulous. Absolutely redonkulous.
Bro, I want to see your spreadsheet.
Okay, so wait. This is what I find so funny, right? Everybody says Richarlison can't play on the right. He needs to start on the left or in the center. Now when he plays on the left again and stinks up, now he can only play as a striker. Then sit Harry Kane. Right? I'm okay with that. Give Harry Kane a rest. Let Harry Kane come off after 60 minutes. And bring Richarlison on, and let's see what he can do. Right? Stop trying to start him over Son, and let's put him in for Kane.
You were saying that on Henry's channel earlier. Yep. But rest Kane, but nobody goes in on Kane as much as they go in on Sonny.
Even last season, name another person besides me who was holding Harry Kane to account. Right?
Okay, I was not on you.
Shane did.
Pick me.
Elias, I don't know. You weren't coming on the show last season, but all of last season, right? In the first half of the year, we had the Harry Kane tracker until he got to 10 goals, right? And
how long did that take?
Oh, I want to say March.
Yeah.
Right? It was March before he got to 10?
Late Feb, March, yeah.
So, yeah. Son's what, at 5 now? And he's got what, half a month?
More games.
Yeah, he'll be fine. He will be fine, right? So
always fine.
Yeah, he'll be just fine. People get too wonky, right? Because you have to understand the Son has only had 2 seasons over 12 goals, right? So, it's just so funny that people want to say Danjuma should be starting ahead of Sunderland. Like, I want to hear this argument. So Dan, make sure you come on because I want to hear what you got to say. And maybe we'll make up a song for Dan too. And we'll sing that as well tonight. But we got 55 people watching that. Make sure you do smash the like button. We've only got 26 likes on the stream. Let's get that up to at least 50 in the next 15-20 minutes. But coming into the first half, who did anybody stand out to you in the first half, or did you think anybody was, as far as playing well, we'll get into the stats for every, for the whole entire thing. But was there anybody in the first half who you thought, man, they actually played pretty good, or was the whole first half just kind of a waste?
Eric Dyer was pretty good.
Yeah, I think Eric Dyer was all right
Yeah, I
today.
think he was pretty good, and I like the way he played. I think he won. Like his aerial duels were good. And I still don't know why he is the one also getting a lot of hate. Like some people are saying that, oh, he has a shit game. Oh man, I don't understand these people, seriously. Like he had a shit game and he shouldn't have been playing. And Sanchez, somebody said to me that Sanchez and Langley and Tanganga, they're all better than Dyer. I don't understand that. Like, in what universe is Sanchez better than Dyer? In what universe is Tanganga better than Dyer to play as a central center back? I don't understand that still.
I don't think anybody's saying Sanchez or Tanganga are better than Dyer.
You didn't look at Henry's chats today?
No,
Like,
I didn't. Like, who said that? Who said?
Mo THFC, this guy, he was saying that
Oh,
the
yeah,
whole time. And he brought that Jose Mourinho fallacy thing as well. That because Jose Mourinho said that the stats are not credible, and so that's why you shouldn't be using stats.
What stats aren't credible?
Because I showed him the stats. Like, you can have a look at this website, and he was like, "Oh, Jose Mourinho says that you shouldn't be using stats to actually play football."
Oh, that's just a dumb.
Yeah, that's
another
like
dumb
a
comment.
argument.
But
I think Pierre had an all right first half. He was solid. He wasn't doing anything flash, and he did step it up in the second half. But he was pretty solid in the first half as well. And Skippy had a fairly good first half.
Yeah.
I don't think it was anything. I don't think any of them really, really stood out to me in the first half.
yeah.
That's true. The whole team was kind of like average, but I think Romero was good. Højbjerg was good. They were decent in the first half.
Sorry, what'd you say?
I was just saying, like, the whole team was kind of average, but Romero and Højbjerg were kind of decent in the first half.
Yeah, I think Højbjerg, it was good to have him back. I thought Ben Davies played well in the first half. I thought Ben Davies kind of played well overall.
Ben Davies is man of the match award from the Premier League side.
Ben Davies did?
Yeah, he did.
Wow. All I saw was the FPL side, which was Son. Son got man of the match there. But the FPL side is a bit biased because it's about people pick what players they have in their teams, right? So, but look, Emerson Royale, I thought he would look good in the first half, defensively and stuff like that. I mean, going forward, I mean, if I were to pull up, the statistics for the first half here and, kind of look at it, there wasn't a whole lot to show, but we'll show that.
You know that I'm a Emerson Royale critic. I don't think he's a good footballer in general, but he actually did have a good game today. And the first half he was okay in the first half. He was providing an outlet ball for the midfield and going from defense into attack. He was the out ball. So yeah, I'm not a big fan, but yeah, he did have a good game today.
Yeah. But kind of just looking at the first half stats, we had quite a bit of possession, but nothing that really kind of threatened them. We did have 7 shots in the first half. 2 of them were on target. Only 3 corners, which isn't exciting. No big chances or anything like that. We did have a few shots inside the box, but I didn't think that we were like super, that we really tested for keeper necessarily. XG for the first half, yeah, it's pretty low, right? 0.36. So, nothing exciting. They didn't do anything either. They didn't have any shots on target at all. 2 shots off target and all that good stuff. But yeah, it's been kind of a little bit weird. But We got another guy in the back. Let's bring him into this chat before we get rocking. From Canada, always positive, never negative. Scott M is in the house.
Hello, everyone. Good to see you again,
Scott.
Elias.
Good to see you,
Shane,
mate.
it's been a while, I think, since we've
Been a
been
while.
together. So good to see you again. Hope everything's
Yeah.
going.
Right.
Yeah, no, everything's okay, mate.
Where did I come in? You were just talking about everyone.
Just talking about the first
We'll
half,
keep
man.
going.
Like, what were your thoughts on the first half? And all
I don't
that
know.
good
Was it
stuff.
the first 10 minutes, 15 minutes where we looked awful?
What you mean,
so
where
like-
Richarlison passed the ball out of play and then stood there while they threw it in and almost scored? Yeah, that
Yeah.
was. That
They
was.
had maybe it wasn't even that long, but they had the first couple chances. They probably should have scored. Bowen probably should have put that ball on net. But
Yeah, at least on target. Yeah.
other than that, I don't know. I would say I've had more thoughts almost on West Ham and just how terrible their whole approach was to the game, because they pressured us a little bit then, and then they just backed off, and I don't know why they would have done that. But other than that, yeah, I think
Yeah, I mean
Lynn's
that's what the
something.
threat
Like,
matrix
I don't know how
says.
well we were versus how bad they were, but we were the better team. There's no doubting that. But I don't know how much that was because we were great or West Ham was just terrible.
Yeah, I mean, if you can see here, they had a little bit of possession here, but nothing was really a threat. They didn't have any shots on target. Then we kind of had a couple opportunities, and then again, it was nothing. And then we pretty much dominated the rest of the first half. They got on the ball a little bit. Looks like we kind of got close to scoring there at the end of the first half. And then, the second half is where both of our goals came from, right? So that's the Emerson goal there, and then that's the Son goal there. And then it looks like we kind of sat back towards the end of the game, to be honest with you. Once Perisic came on, the creativity up front died. Like this is pre-Perisic, right? Perisic comes on, and it was pretty bad. Do you think there's the connection between Son not really being effective and Perisic is becoming stronger? That argument, or what?
I think
Or
it
do you-
is getting stronger.
Or do we think that it's still kind of an anecdotal correlation versus causation type of a deal, or what?
I
I have a hard
they
time. Go ahead, Shane.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think they play in the same sort of channels, and they're taking up each other's space. Sonny's got when Perisic is playing, Sonny's either got to be out wide and Perisic on the inside, or vice versa. And they've got to stick to that lane or that channel. I think they get in each other's road a bit. So I don't know if the stats show that or the heat maps show that. But they are playing in the same sort of channels.
I think Son plays more centrally and Perisic is more like a winger. I don't think they occupy the same space. It's just for some reason Son's form is down. That's why, or he's not scoring as much. That's why it makes us look like they're not gelling well together. But they definitely occupy different positions on the ground.
No,
Yeah, but
actually,
when
they-
Perisic is in, what I'm saying is like, if you watched Son before Perisic came on, he kind of had more freedom to go wide and central, right, to run up that channel, whereas and Davies wasn't getting as high up the pitch as Perisic normally does, right? So, but when Perisic came on, Son was shifted a lot more central, sometimes even to the right of Harry Kane, rather than occupying that space out on the left. And it kind of looked to me like we were kind of playing a lopsided 4-4-2, with Kulusevski kind of staying back and Perisic, being that way with Son playing almost kind of like another striker in behind Kane, but just couldn't get any more opportunities. Yeah, it's a bit anecdotal. I'd have to do like a real deep dive into the statistics and the and the average position on the pitch for each time. That's the problem. I wish there was a website where I could run like heat maps by the minute, and then that would be something that
they've probably got GPS trackers in their jerseys, so the coaches can actually tell how far they've run and where they've run and that. But we probably don't have access. Well, I know we don't have access to that sort of information, but I would say the coaches do.
Yeah, for sure they do. I mean, because that's how they make the heat map in the first place, right? But I'd like to see it be able to break it down by like maybe 10 minutes each, in 10-minute intervals rather than the entire game or the entire half or whatnot, what most. But second half, we come in again and, kind of a different Tottenham. It's kind of been, even though we had a little bit less possession, definitely far more dangerous. 9 shots in total versus 7, 4 shots on target versus 2. Who did you think was the real kind of standout, and what did you see was the real impact in that second half and kicking us on?
Ben Davies, perhaps.
Well, you have that pass from Højbjerg, dude, that just really, was about as perfect as you get, even though he kind of slipped and fell after he did it. Without that pass, Ben Davies, doesn't even have the opportunity. And I thought Royal's diagonal run was pretty good as well.
Was it Højbjerg or Langley who made the long pass?
Højbjerg.
No, it was Højbjerg.
Yeah.
Højbjerg.
I got it wrong. Sorry.
Yeah, Højbjerg played the ball into Davies. And then Davies, with the right touch to the left, and you had Emerson who made, a perfect diagonal run from wide. And then Ben Davies. What bad defending, though, from West Ham to not pick up Emerson as a runner. They literally just let him run right in behind. He was completely unmarked. And some really good composure for him. I haven't been the biggest Emerson supporter either. I've been a critic, but man, like I said, I don't have agendas, right? So when a player plays well, I always give them their props. And when a player doesn't play well, I always call them out. But for me, I thought, that goal right there was a good opportunity, but I still thought that we were pretty non-existent, especially going forward. You had in the first 5-6 minutes of the second half, you had Harry Kane that just missed an absolute sitter, right? Pulled it way wide. I thought his game up until Son came on was pretty bad, right? Like it improved after Son came on. But before that, like, I don't know if people look at sofa scores during the actual game, but his was down there low up until, the last 25-30 minutes of the game. But
I actually think Decky had a pretty solid second half.
Yeah.
He was taking on the defense a lot more. Him and Royal working down that right-hand side was actually, they worked well together. By the look of it, they're getting an understanding of each other's play, which can only be a good thing.
Yeah, for sure. Then we get into the actual player ratings for each individual player later on. But I mean, these are just kind of the remaining of the stats. I think one thing that we did improve on in the second half is we didn't lose the ball near as much. We were giving the ball away quite a bit in the first half, and we did a better job at keeping it in the second half. I think we gave it away 80-something times in the first half and only gave it away 55 in the second half, even with having less possession, right? So I guess you could say we weren't on the ball as much, so less opportunity to give the ball away, but I just thought we did a lot better overall in the second half. Still dominated possession, still dominated passing accuracy. Like for me, this one's been key, dude. Like when our passing accuracy as a whole team has been in the 80s, we always win. When it drops down into the 60s and 70s, we lose. And I think that's something, we need to work on better as a team is, being more accurate with our passes. 3 big chances. We probably should have beaten them 3, nil. That other third one was from McCain. Big chance missed. We finished the other two in that second half, so can't complain 100%, but it is what it is. We're kind of looking at going back up here and looking at the starting 11. Did anybody have any?
Is that Richarlison chance where he was at a bad angle? That's not considered a big chance. Was he too far of an angle? I'm not saying it was. I just
probably,
or
Actually,
maybe
it was a
big
big
stuff.
to me.
I missed it.
yeah, he didn't have any big chances. So
Richarlison had one chance. I mean, it wasn't really big, but it was in front of the goal, and he hit.
right, but I'm
like a
just
weak
looking
shot.
at big
Yeah,
chances
his
missed. Right,
position was off.
he didn't have any. So.
Really well.
He had the
Like,
one where Kulu cut it back to him in the first half.
Yeah.
and he had
I
the
mean,
one where
we'll
Kane
take
the
we'll
ball
take a
over
look.
no, he had two.
It's
There was
not
another one that Kane gave him a pass.
it's not
forward.
Richarlison's chance. Richarlison doesn't have any big chances missed.
Those aren't counted as big misses. Fair enough.
Yeah,
And I think it's not counted.
he only had two shots on target.
That's the one the keeper got his foot to the ball and put it out for a corner.
Yeah. That was the Kane one, that Kane's long ball.
No, I thought that was the one from Richarlison with the bad angle.
Yeah, it was a bad angle all day long.
Well, I thought the biggest chance was Kane's. I mean, we can go up and look at the shots, or go down and look at the shots rather.
Which one?
So, starting there is Ben Davies' shot that was wide. I think this is the one you guys are talking about, right?
Yeah, that was in the middle, but then he had
45,
another
just
one.
after, or just before halftime.
Yeah, just before halftime. That's the one.
Yeah, it's 0.16. And then I think that one was 0.13. Where's the other big chance? Why is there only this on like a second half maybe? No, where's the other big chance at then?
He had right in the middle of the pitch when he hit
That's
it.
Kane's miss, but it's saying the XG is only 0.13.
Not a big chance. Romero, that's the one.
Yeah, that was the one.
That's
That was-
even less though than Kane.
Yeah.
Even though there are a lot of defenders in front of him here. So
That's true. Yeah.
Trying to see where they said it was a big chance missed. I don't know. We can find it in the thing. It'll say. Yeah, I mean they credit it to Kane, so it had to have been Kane's shot, which is weird with the XG only being 0.13. But I mean that's it right there. So
Will, don't they show the individual players' shots when you click on him? Click on Kane. They don't show.
no, I don't think they show the individual players' shots.
Okay.
Looking here, they just showed the heat map. They don't. Maybe if I hit this down button, there we go.
What?
That was blocked. Yeah, it has to be that one that he was wide. Maybe it's because
He could have played it across, I think.
well, no, because there was
Instead of
nobody in
Kane.
front of him, right? And maybe because it finished all the way over there, which is just a horrible, horrible shot. But yeah, I
He
mean that's
scuffed it bad. Scuffed that shot bad.
yeah, real bad. It's got to be that one. I mean, that's the only one that I can think of. But because they did award it to him. It's in his sec here. So I don't know why the XG was so low. I thought the XG on that shot should have been at least a 0.3, 0.4, or something like that. But or 0.03, 0.04. But I don't know, man. But let's kind of like starting lineup. Did you guys have any problems with the starting lineup of today? Were there any things that you were upset about or surprised at?
Surprised that the 7 defensive players in your midfield and defense. Like, I thought we were going to play very defensive game, and in the end, it just somehow worked out. Like, I was surprised Ben Davies as the left wing back, and then you still have Emerson Royal playing as a right wing back. And Clement Langley was back. I was surprised really. Like if you all watched my predicted 11 video while I was doing that, the lineup got released. I was really upset, but in the end, it worked out. So I stand corrected on Emerson Royale. I think he has been playing very well lately.
Yes, recently.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think-
recently.
And like even going forward today, other than his goal, he wasn't really amazing. It's not like he set up anybody or like did he even have any key passes? He might have. Let's see. I think he had a really good defensive game though. He had 2 key passes. That's not bad. Not bad at all. Let's look at his crosses.
I think Emerson's game has
Too
gotten
long,
better
though.
for sure.
Yeah, man. I think he's afraid he's gonna lose his juice. But that's right. I agree with KCW on this one. He owes us like 25 to 30 great games to make up for all the bad ones that he's had in the past. So hopefully he does, man. Hopefully he does. Look, you got to give credit where credit's due, and he's playing pretty well for today. But Fraser Foster wasn't really tested today. I don't know if you guys remember that shot from Bowen. It was like a rocket, and he dove. It's so funny. Forster dives when the ball already hits the signage behind the goal. Right, like the ball
he was
had
late
already
on the
hit the
dive, for
signage
sure.
Yeah,
behind the goal, and then Forster dives. I just chuckled and laughed while I was watching the game on that one.
I think we all did.
Yeah, but I think he had like 1 save today. I want to say, yeah, he had 1 save. I think it was a pretty easy one. It was that one that was kind of slow and low, if I do remember. And he had 1 successful run out. Just a pretty quiet day for him, so he didn't have to do a whole lot. Got the clean sheet though, and look, as long as he's not costing anything, and
let's not shit on him. As long as
Yeah, I think he's
Yeah.
decent keeper. I think it's decent.
I don't know if he was necessarily decent because, you know, if any, I think if a couple of those shots were on target, we might have not clapped a clean sheet today. Especially that one from Bowen that was, you know, just wide. But I mean, it was wide from a pretty decent amount, but yeah, it was pretty funny. Christian Romero, what were you guys' thoughts on Christian Romero today? According to SofaScore, best defender on the day.
Yep.
Yeah, the team looks totally different with this guy in the team versus not him. He's on the right, he's on the left, he's always clearing the headers. I think he makes our team look much better defensively for sure.
Yeah, he popped a shot there, had 1 shot, a little just over the bar.
I didn't really like. I mean, he is good when he's defending, but sometimes, like today, also he almost made a really stupid mistake when he was in their penalty box, and then he made a very stupid tackle. Like I was like, why would you do that in their penalty box? That was kind of like the scary one.
But somebody has to be aggressive, you know. All our other defenders, Dyer never makes a slide tackle. When was the last time you saw Dyer making a sliding tackle?
If you're defensive in your own penalty box, or you're defensive toward when they're coming towards your goal, I understand that. When you are in the opponent's penalty box, why would you do that?
I understand, but like if you see like the number of slide tackles he made today, most of them he got right. I think 80-90% of them he got right for sure.
Yeah, I think most of them he got right. There's a couple times where he, you know, they were kind of reckless and pointless, like that one all the way up in their own box. Like, what was the point in that? There was no danger, there was no risk. You know, like why are you going into a slide tackle, you know, in the attacking third? You know, when if you give the ball away, there's really no, you know, no danger. What, you know, there's no real need to do that.
Is it N Strong?
Who?
Todge.
N
Todge.
Drodge?
Enthoj?
Fosh?
Entho?
Yeah, he says Romero, hot mess,
She-
Tasmanian devil. Has he ever seen a Tasmanian devil up live? I have. Oh, they growl. They're vicious little tykes.
Well, I'm gonna start adding that to your list of things that you knock out before you come on the show.
No
I thought
problem.
Romero was probably our best. For me, he was clearly the man of the match. But I agree when people say, like, I think he was on another day or a half a second late on a lot of those tackles, you can see how he has some bad games because it was great because all the aggressiveness really worked out today, but you can see why he gets himself in trouble, right? Because man.
Yeah, but let's bring in the next guest for the night. You know him, you love him. From Lewisland, Mari from That Spurs Channel's in the house. Big up, Mari. How are things down there in Lewisland?
Well, it's going great. And then I left for the weekend to celebrate Valentine's weekend with my girlfriend in Mexico City. So I'm in Mexico City right now.
Where you know it's time off from, man?
Man, I don't call out sick. I have a lot of... when you work in school, you collect those days. And so I just took a 3-day weekend.
There you go. Well, I mean, it's President's Day weekend, right? So
yeah.
Like, I don't know about you guys, but like my kids were off Thursday, Friday, and Monday. So
yeah, we were off, but it became a hurricane day. So I still had that day off before. So they respected that day. Didn't touch that. But yeah, just to piggyback on what Scott just said, it's West Ham. It's a derby game. It's always scary, and I thought it was a good game. I mean, the first half was meh, but then I wasn't really worried because West Ham wasn't doing anything. So basically, it was like whoever scores first in the second half is probably going to win the game. But the one thing, just to add on to what Scott was saying, Romero's my man in the match today. Reason being because today, I don't know, for some reason, I just wanted to watch everything that Romero did. And it's tough because what people don't understand, and maybe because you're attention to detail, well, when he makes those tackles or those interceptions, those are those create chances for us on the counter. And I see what he's doing because he's probably frustrated by the midfield. He's like, gosh, you guys not creating anything. So I'm going to run up and make this tackle to cause turnover. In the first half, the 5th minute and the 26th minute was a real good chance where our front three they equalized, but it was all started by Romero. And so he is so hugely important. I'm thinking the Leicester game would have been different. I said that his suspension would have been huge because I thought we could, batter Leicester, but it was really huge for our defense because people don't notice what he does off the ball, what Romero does. And he's also our best passing defender. So that's why I had him play today. I mean, Emerson played good, and he scored the goal that that gave us the lead. But my man of the match was Romero because, like I said, the things that he does actually helps our offense going, but by the defense, and then also he just covers everybody's butt, so on defense.
I agree, but let's bring in the next guest. He's got his Emmer steak going on. Staying up late from the UK. Only one thing on his mind, and that's some steak.
Steak.
What's going on, Emmer steak?
The game was very good. I think Emerson got the man of the match. That's why I'm using his profile picture with the steak.
There you go.
Steak.
All right, but yeah, kind of looking at Mr. Romero's stats on the day, like clearance wise, I think he's pretty big. Came up with six clearances, a bunch of interceptions, and a bunch of tackles. So
I'm surprised his XG for that header is only 0.02. Is that his own shot?
Yeah. Was that a header from all the way back there?
Yeah.
Yeah. It was a good shot. It was a good shot. Yeah.
It was a header. Yeah.
I think why 0.02 is because the goalkeeper was just in front and he was ready to
or there was
a lot of space.
A lot of guys in between him and the goal, maybe from that.
I just
I
don't know
can't.
why.
I don't see any links, mate, and I can't really put them up if they're from somebody else's videos. Otherwise, it'll get us jacked.
I have a question. Why is it not higher? I'm still kind of confused by the. I'm a stats guy, equation guy, because I got to work with data. I thought it would be like at least an 8.3 or 8.2, a 7.5, which I mean is the highest behind Emerson, but I thought it would be higher.
No,
Yeah.
because
Is it because goals and assists factor into that, or?
yeah.
No, it's because like we'll when we look at Dyer, we'll see why his was off. But he had some dribble attempts too. That's gonna put boisterous his score. The fact that he had a shot is gonna bolster it. The number of touches that he had at 91, I think he was the most in the back today. Romero is really good in transition too, moving the ball up, stuff like that. Let's take a look at Mr. Dyer today. There's his heat map there, pretty high up, pretty high line. I think we played today. Even though we had a lot of defenders, our line was pretty high.
It was okay. It was okay today.
We had 90 minutes, 2 clearances, 1. So, not as many defensive actions for Dyer as you have from Romero today. He did get dribble pass once, 1 tackle, 2 interceptions, 1 block shot, and 2 clearances. On his ground duels, only 50%, and he didn't have a lot of them. I think he was really good in the air today, and I think that's, that was kind of obvious from what he was doing.
The only dangerous attempt was Bowen, who was one-on-one with Romero. Romero caught up to him and forced him to take a really bad shot. It was excellent defending. The embassy broadcast was talking about it. That was probably one of the best defensive plays of the day. Westham had very few chances, but that was one chance where Bowen got the ball and Romero just caught up to him and eventually had him take a bad shot, which kind of deflected off. It'll be a goal kick. So I don't know if you guys remember that sequence.
Yeah.
It was at the start of the game. It's the only big chance.
Can I change tack a little bit? How many of the panel here and most in the chat think that it was a handball?
100%
Yeah.
handball.
Handball.
100% handball.
Got robbed. Harry Kane got robbed of a pen.
We were robbed from a 3-0 win.
It's a clear handball.
What people don't understand is with the handball, people think it has to be deliberate, or if it's an accident. Like if it's an accident,
I think it was deliberate. It was more deliberate than versus the Chelsea match when they were crying, "Oh, it's a handball! It's a handball."
This is what I'm saying. Like they say, because he was kind of leaning over, that's a natural position. No, he didn't even fall. Like I can understand if you fall down and your hand is flat on the ground and the ball backs into your arm. Okay, that's understandable because where else you got to brace yourself, right? But this was he leans over, touches the ball, and then continues dribbling with it. Right? Like it's like he used that in order to gain momentum and transition. Like it wasn't even, how do you know he's falling and not leaning to actually touch the ball? Right? Like
he blocked the pass that was going to
Kane.
The
pass was on too. Yeah, of course.
100% a handball.
To Kane for possible.
No, but nothing was going to come from it. So, anyways, but it is.
That pass was going to Kane. When he blocked up, that's a handball. That was an excellent chance for Kane.
It doesn't matter if the pass would have come to anything. It was a handball in the box. That's a penalty. That comes to his goal, right? So
that's a penalty.
By the stupid way their law is written, it's a penalty. Should it be a penalty? No, in my view.
Yeah.
Like the freaking Premier League, dude, and it's only on us, right? Like they're like super anal and they're calling every tiny handball, which ends up losing us points, right? And then after a game where it was completely obnoxious, I think it was us against Arsenal, whether it was last season or this season, I can't remember. Then they stop being so sensitive on it, and now it's like guys can just lean over and touch the ball, and it's okay. Like you just keep playing on.
Well,
it's serious.
No, my thing is it was accidental. Every handball, I would think, by the defender, it would be, accidental, not deliberate. The only one I could think of that was deliberate deliberately handball was Luis Suarez in the World Cup. You know, it's always going to be like, oh man, I got a handball. It's like it's always going to be an error, or either it's an error or an accident. It's always going to be a handball. No one deliberately does it unless you're Luis Suarez.
Yeah, but I mean, it was a handball for me all day, all day.
Yeah, it's like do you remember Romero's handball against Man City when we won 3-2? When Mahrez,
Yeah.
it was like that.
Yeah.
Similar
That
to
was
that.
No, that was not deliberate.
Right, but I mean, that's what I'm saying. It's just because it's not deliberate. Like I say, with the way that guy's moving, you don't know if it's deliberate or not, right? Like he's leaning over, but his arm literally comes out to touch the ball. Right, like he's standing there and goes and catches it, and then starts dribbling off of it. Yeah, like his arm goes out towards the ball. Like it's not like it came into him. You know, it's pretty silly.
It's not like he was trying to balance, you know, with his hand up and one down.
Yeah,
you know, it was just one arm down, and yeah, definite handball, I reckon. But
Yeah.
I you know, how many times, if it was a Spurs player who done that, it would have been called a handball and a penalty.
100%. Like he's bringing up the Sissoko one from the Champions League final. Sissoko's like doing this. He's like, go over there. He's not even looking at the player kicking the ball, turns his head and it hits his arm, and they call that a penalty, right? It's just...
Yeah, but Sissoko was kind of shit in that match. So
yeah, but I mean, like he literally, you know, I mean, it was obvious he wasn't trying to, you know, hit the ball. He was pointing to somebody, hey, get in this position on a set piece, turns around and bam, it hits him straight in the arm, right? Like it was so
But
dumb.
did Mane actually deliberately kick it to his arm?
Probably.
Yeah, he did it on purpose,
smart.
clearly.
Yeah, that was a smart move by Mane. I said, if you gotta stick your hand out like that, then
We got Clement Lenglet, the next player up on the chopping block for this. I didn't think he had a really good game today. There was one mistake where he almost kind of lost his man and ended up maybe even, you know, let them get a shot on target, but luckily it didn't come to nothing. But you can see here, he only played 78 minutes. You know, defensive actions, nothing to really talk about. Ground duels were 0 for 5, dude. 0 for 5, and only 2 of 6 aerial duels. Lost possession 21 times. And as a defender, that is bad. That is bad. Looking at the numbers here, he had a really bad game. Worse than I thought. Like there was a couple of times when I saw him, you know, get you know, twisted a little bit. Even his passing was bad. You know, 1 from 9 out of long balls. That's no good. 1 decent cross. Yeah, pretty bad performance from Clement Long.
probably his worst game of the year. Probably.
Yeah, it's got to be his worst performance. You know, he's never been amazing. Like, I'm a little bit disappointed that we haven't got to see his passing range. Like, I thought he would be a real asset playing balls into Son on that left-hand side, but it just hasn't happened, man. Unfortunately.
Yeah, there's a reason Barcelona is not playing him, you know.
There's a reason Dyer starts ahead of him.
No, I don't think so. But I thought he was bad, but those stats make it look even worse.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's why when we look at it, we got to look at the data. You know, we can't just go, like, I didn't think he had a good game, but I didn't realize 21 times. I mean, for a defender, that's a freaking shitload, right? Not a little
I think
bit.
that's
Where does he lose the ball? Where does he lose the ball?
Where does he lose it?
Yeah, like most of the time. Does it show?
Right there. That's where he would have lost it, right? You know, maybe it comes down to the fact that his passing accuracy, you know, what's 55 plus 21? 73. So it's not just passes, but his passing accuracy was pretty bad today too. So it could be these long balls. You're 9 for 1. You're playing it right to another player. I don't know, but still 21. 21 times is bad, and he didn't really do anything defensively. Like, yeah, 1 clearance, 1 interception. And I'd have to look to see, but I think West Ham tended to play down that right-hand side most of the time anyway. You'd think he'd have plenty of opportunity to
check Antonio
to defend.
Yeah, they were attacking that side. Antonio.
Yeah. But then moving into the midfield, we got Emerson Royale, which I'm surprised he didn't get man of the match over Ben Davies. Like, it's a bit weird for me. If you're gonna give it to anybody,
You can have steak with the match.
other than
Wait, what? Ben Davies got man of the match?
apparently,
Yeah.
What?
That was
He
a
was-
bit overcall.
Hmm.
He was okay, but not a man of the match.
Yeah, I didn't think it was man of the match at all. There's his two shots. He had two shots. The goals in the 56th minute. He had another shot. It wasn't horrible. It was blocked, but I thought it was a decent position. I think it was I can't remember if it was off a set piece or just the ball kind of fell out to him. But he got a lot more central today, dude. Like if you watched, spent a lot of time here, but you can see there's a lot more in there. He's making these diagonal runs right into the central area. We haven't seen him do it before. Matt Doherty used to do it some. Emerson really never did it, but he did it today and ended up getting a goal for him. So that's 2 goals now this season. He had 1 last season.
How many key passes did he have today?
2. He had 2 key passes today. His passing accuracy is 93%. Now, granted, most of that was, backwards passing. He was 2 for 2 on some long balls, so playing balls in behind, and he completed 1 cross. So 67 touches, pretty decent on the day. That's quite a bit of time on the ball. Had a goal. Let's look at some of his defensive. Like in his ground duels, he didn't do very well, and obviously in the air, he didn't do very well. But he only lost the ball 8 times. He fouled 3 times. But he had quite a few clearances. I think he had 5 clearances, 2 tackles. Not amazing numbers from him, but good. Like if he played like this from the beginning, I don't think half of us would have the problems with him that we have. He's still not great, right? Like I still think Pedro Porro is a much better attacker. And I think we'll see that in the future. But right now, he's doing well enough. Do you guys think that he deserves to start against Chelsea on the weekend? What do you guys think?
I start both. I have Emerson off the left and Poor off the right.
No, dear God.
No, I think
Yeah.
start Emerson. And
I'll be honest with you, because someone mentioned this, because Joe Felix and them, I probably on the safe part, maybe the first half start with Emerson because of the defense. I might want to start with Emerson against Chelsea. It's weird because I want to see Porro like crazy, but I almost want to take the safe route. I know it sounds weird saying that, but Emerson of all people, but I almost want to take the safe route with him starting.
Yeah.
No, but Joe Felix, I don't think it would be Emerson defending him or it's not the wingback because Joe Felix plays as number 10, so it will be either Dyer or Romero taking on him.
but they'll have good wingers. Like if Modric plays, he's gonna be super fast. And the Porro is gonna be skinned because that guy has a lot of pace. And he plays on the left side, on the side of Porro.
He does. That he does. Roaming the Twitter streets, taking out all of the racist pricks, going after Son, fighting the good fight, throwing the jokers into Twitter jail. You know her, you love her, the one, the only Dark Knight, CQ!
It's been a while.
Hey,
Let's
Cube.
start the intro.
Hello.
Hey everybody. Yeah. I wish I was
Always my friend.
happier. I wish I could be happier.
Good win today, by the way.
Yeah. Good. I mean, I wish I could be happier with a win and Sonny scoring. I am pretty happy overall, but yeah, our fans suck.
They do, man. They do, man. They had me so angry on Henry's show earlier. I went off on people pretty good. So it's well deserved, man. And like even other idiot creators. And yes, you know who you are. You know, saying that if I hear Sanchez start again against Chelsea, I'm gonna lose my mind. Lose your mind, fool. Lose your mind. Stop barfing out logical fallacies about, well, it's worked him coming off the bench twice. No, you always start your best players on the day, right? If they are fit to play. That is the golden rule.
Yeah, I'm reaching a point. What is it? Well, read my name right here. What does it say?
Wrexham fan.
Wrexham fan.
Yes, because I have been watching Welcome to Wrexham. I love that. I love the show. I have been starting to think that, I should actually be a Wrexham fan because Wrexham has some owners that are, yes, American, but also extremely entertaining and also saying some shit that makes sense and they care. They're invested in winning, they want to win. They don't want to come up second. They know that there's only one that gets promoted and they want their club to get promoted. So they got owners that are like invested. They're realizing that they can invest in the stadium and also buy quality players. So I've been thinking a little bit lately. I love Spurs. I've been like, you know what? Maybe I'll be following Wrexham for a while. I know they're a few leagues down. I know they're in the National League, but at least they got some owners where I feel like maybe I won't be so depressed all the time. Their fans seem pretty fun too. They're really fun fans and they're not like talking, racist shit about their players. They're not knocking down their players in the same way. So I am now C-cubed Wrexham fan, super disillusioned Spurs fan.
Yeah. Look, it's just even after last season, like everybody knows the fight that I put in last season for Son. Even that was his golden boot season. It's just and then I have to put up with it again this season. It's just so boring and so,
I would say this. Well, my phone's gonna probably overheat in about 5-6 minutes. My phone, but I will say this because I thought about this because I saw the conversation about what Sonny's going through and just hearing the comments and stuff. The problem with our fan base is, I hate to say this, but Lee Gunner said this, judges said this, and very few of our Spurs fan base said this. Our club, some of our fans feel so entitled. And the thing is, you look at our, not history, but our recent Enoch history, the Levy years. I don't know where we go about of having this entitlement mentality towards our players and clubs, right? We should be thankful that we do have Sonny on our team, and the way we treat him, of course, because we feel the sense of entitlement. A club that's had one trophy in the last 22 years, but we have this sense of entitlement. We get it from Levy, like we're the big shit, and we're not. And so when we're graced with players like Kane and Son, and we have to. It's not saying that they're not untouchable in whatsoever, but the abuse, like seriously, it's comical, it's laughable, and I think that's the problem with our fan base. In that sense that we root for a club where our owners show no ambition, but yet we're entitled okay, because we have a shiny new toy of the stadium and training field and whatsoever. It's just it's a joke, you know, how we treat Conte, entitlement. Like, oh, we need, you know, I mean, I would love to play champagne football, you know, taking the from expressions, but like we haven't won a trophy. Like, we should be thankful Conte is here, you know, and people are mad like, oh, excuse me, and other channels, and it's just ridiculous, and I'm just like, where do we get the sense of it, like entitlement, you know? So that's how I view our fan base.
Yeah. Let's bring in the next guest. You guys, you know him, you love him. He's everywhere. And he bigs up everyone. From coast to coast, the man you love the most. Everybody give it up for KPV. What's up, dude?
Hey, dude.
Yeah, hi, mate. Hi, all good. Just been watching the highlights of the game.
What'd you think?
Brilliant. First half, always poor, but second half FC, brilliant game. And Mo Go, as we called him, that's what Barry says. Mo Go, he's in the form of his life. Like, what was the point of bringing Pedro Porro? When's he gonna get a start? But looks like he's probably gonna keep his place. And I thought he was immense. He was against West Ham today, and Son coming off the bench, and Kane and Son, that partnership assist is back on track. But yeah, brilliant game. But I stand with Son. He doesn't deserve abuse from West Ham fans. This happened last season at home, and it's happening again, man. Like, what is going on?
Yeah, I think I don't disagree with you, man, but you know.
I just want to be clear. I mean, everybody's like pointing the finger at the West Ham fans. Of course, that was today. Of course, the West Ham fans were being racist towards Sonny online, because they always are, because Son always scores against West Ham, and it happens every single year. But it's not just West Ham fans that are racist towards Sonny. Let's be clear. I've seen it on YouTube. I've seen it on Twitter. I've seen it all the time. There are our own fans that have been racist against Sonny. Okay.
Bro, you were booing me the other day though, KPV, at We Are Tottenham TV in the back room. You remember?
When was this? This was the other day.
It was 2 days ago, bro. When I was saying that, oh, we shouldn't be dropping Sonny, he's still our best player, and you booed me there.
Yeah, it's all good fun banter. I'm sure he was smiling as he was doing it.
Yeah, booed. What's the name? There's someone else the other day on the channel. But yeah, first clean sheet for Fraser Forster.
Yeah.
Finally.
Well, I mean, we played at Preston, didn't he, or was that Lloris?
No, I'm in the Premier League. I'm on about
in the league. Yeah.
Like ex-Southampton and Celtic keeper. Like, we've got Chelsea. Like, they're not doing great. I know they always seem to turn up against us, but let's play the same team and they'll come off the bench on and score against them, because like our home form against them isn't great. We've not beaten them at home since 2018. That was at Wembley. We won 3-1 when Son ran past Jorginho and just scored a stunner. So can Kane and Son score against these lot again? Hopefully we get the win against them. We need to end that Chelsea hoodoo like we did in 2006 and 2018 at the Bridge. Like, let's end that for the third time and just beat them, because none of us like them. I hate Arsenal more than I hate Chelsea.
Yeah. But let's get back into the player ratings of the day. Oliver Skip, I thought he had a pretty good game today. Was he amazingly brilliant? No. But was he a solid? Did he harm us at all in the midfield? No, I thought he had a good day today. He had one key pass there, one shot that got blocked. You know, pretty decent passing accuracy, 49 out of 56, 74 touches on the ball.
Was anybody else surprised that he got the pick? I thought Sar was going to get picked, but I guess.
Yeah, I mean, I was a little bit surprised. I thought Sar was better in Milan than Skip was, but
They were both brilliant in Milan. They were both great, but I thought Star was better. Yeah.
So I was a little bit surprised. Especially, I think Skip and
Milan.
Pe are a bit better, or a bit similar to each other.
Not just Milan. I think Sar was one of the best, if not the best, on our side in the North London Derby as well, which was a huge game for him to, like the first game that he started for us.
Yeah, I don't think Sar's had a bad match, right? Yeah, this season.
Yeah.
So.
Every time he's been on the pitch for us, he's been surprisingly good, and so I was a little bit surprised that Skip got the pick over him.
Yeah, I wasn't surprised because him and Højbjerg they've played together in the past. They've got more of an understanding, and I think that Sar probably is a little bit lightweight for that midfield, West Ham's midfield.
Mm-hmm.
Could be.
I think he did get bullied off the ball a little bit too much.
He held his own in the games that he played in, especially against AC Milan. I was impressed with their midfield and that atmosphere. I think he has it looks very deceptive because of his weight, but he puts in a fight there.
He's better than Hill. As far as getting bullied off the ball, and he's growing. Yeah. He's a little bigger than Hill, and he's been putting on the pounds faster than Hill, and he's younger than him.
Yeah,
so.
True. Yeah,
sure.
I would have started him.
Oh, go ahead.
I would have started Sar, but I don't think he's been so great that I was that surprised. And I just think that a lot of the managers, just because even though Skip hasn't been great this season, he has a lot more experience in the Premier League. So I think lots of times managers just default to that, right? And I think that's why I would have preferred Sar, but I wasn't overly surprised that a manager.
And he's older. He's probably higher up in the pecking order, right? Like as far as like who gets into that. So, if he's fit, you got to kind of trust him. And, maybe they kind of rotate and switch each other out. Like Sar came on, maybe Sar starts the next one, Skip comes on, right? Like maybe that's something that they kind of work in to try to give him equal minutes, to keep them both kind of there. But, 7 out of 10 ground duels and 1 out of 1 in his aerial duels, that's a pretty solid performance there in midfield. And then defensively too, 2 clearances, 1 block shot, 4 tackles. So he was pretty good defensively in that roundup. Kind of allowed the next gentleman we're talking about here, Premier Højbjerg, to get a little bit higher up the pitch. You can see.
That's a low score for Højbjerg.
7.3.
Yeah, 7.3.
I mean, he created that key pass for the first goal.
Yeah.
Right. That would be, I think it's a big chance created for him. I'm not sure. He played the full 90. Didn't really have any shooting accuracy though, but he was on the ball a ton. Holy cow, 95 touches. Got to be close to the most in the game. I think Romero was in the 90s too, or low 80s or something. But
how come he's not credited with a key pass?
Was he not with a key pass? That was
because his is an SCA. It's not a key pass, right? So Davies gets the key pass or the assist, and he will get a shot contributing action or a goal contributing action, which is like the hockey assist. So a key pass is a pass that leads to a shot that doesn't go in, right? So didn't have any key passes on the day, but he was 7 for 7 on his long balls. That's fantastic. If he could do that every day, we would be in a lot better position. Defensively, didn't have a lot of defensive duties today, but ground duels 3 for 6, 1 for 1 on his aerial duels. Only lost the ball 7 times. He's never been a real person to lose it. Got fouled twice, fouled once. I thought he probably should have had a yellow card too, to be honest with you, but he got away with that one there.
Got away, yeah.
And then
1 tackle, 1 dribble part.
Yeah, 4 clearances and 1 tackle. So he wasn't the defensive guy today. He was kind of the going forward guy today.
Yeah.
I didn't think he was absolutely amazing, but good again, a good, solid kind of under the radar Højbjerg performance today. What were your guys' thoughts?
Yeah, like he wasn't that great, but I know people are gonna disagree. Like, yeah, he's been probably before the World Cup, he was doing great. I think him and Bentancur been probably our 2 best players this season, midfield wise, and like, yeah, but I thought he wasn't that great. But yeah, probably had an okay game for that's probably I'll say. But Elias, what do you think?
Sorry, I was replying to Harry Jackson. Sorry, I didn't get your comment.
Yeah, I was listening to Harry Jackson and Harry Johnson, maybe is about right. But Scott M, what did you think about Højbjerg today?
He wasn't god awful, so there's a step up. I'm surprised his passing stats were so high because I didn't see anything impressive. I know he made that pass that everybody's getting excited about. Yay! I mean,
oh yeah,
it wasn't brutal, but he wasn't good. It's about the best you can hope for out of him, right?
Yeah, it was a normal.
Under any pressure, like I don't even know. I can't even remember who West Ham had in midfield. They did so little today. So
well, apparently, according to Alex THFC, Declan Rice was amazing today. Boss the midfield.
No, he got bullied. He got bullied.
I was
Alex has
come. Oh, that's great.
If you don't know, get to know.
If you don't know, get to know.
That's right. Poor Alex. I love Alex so much, though.
Yeah, but Declan Rice got bullied, man. He wasn't that great. Like Emerson Royale on Twitter, I've seen a picture. Like he's saying, "Oh,
I mean, just for people that want to know,
he's
right?
doing
Like
shit."
6.6. Suchek was a lot better than Rice today, but
Yeah.
No, the
Alright.
thing is that I didn't like was he said that Højbjerg was bad and Declan Rice was dominating him. They're like, on what planet?
in Alex's world, dude, he he watches the games. He was there. He saw it with his eyes. So we all must be wrong. The whole entire world is wrong, and Alex is right.
Yeah, he actually got to know.
Yeah. If you don't know, get to know.
Yeah, and another thing was that Premier League is
If you don't know, get to know, right? So
I love it when fans watch things with their eyes, because I don't. And apparently there's a lot of fans that don't. Everybody that says they watch it with their eyes, they definitely know more than everybody else because of course other people don't watch it with their eyes.
Exactly. Apparently, according to some people, you can watch a game with a Microsoft spreadsheet. I didn't know that. I didn't know Excel had that feature. I could stop paying for all of my streaming services if Microsoft Excel is streaming the games.
And apparently if you watch the game on your TV and it's like 4K and like a big screen, multiple angles, and there's like replays, it's like you never watched it. It's like you didn't watch the game at all.
Yeah,
you could only watch the game if you're in the stadium. That's the only way that you could possibly ever watch the game.
I mean, like for me, this is this TV behind me. This is a 55-inch TV, and that's the smallest TV in my house. And I'm not trying to brag. I'm just saying it as a fact, right? So, the one that I watch the games on.
What they say, big TV,
big wiener.
Oh, don't let Will start talking about his big dick again. It's just like
Oh, Ben Davies. Ben Davies. What did you guys think of Ben Davies? I thought he was good. Did I think
7.1?
Yeah, 7.1. I didn't think he was amazing today. I thought he was good, but I didn't think he was I didn't think anywhere close to man of the match.
Yeah,
It's
he
sort
didn't
of a
deserve
heat
And
map
you got
again.
given in it.
Yeah, didn't you guys say that Ben Davies was man of the match?
Yeah, Alan Smith gave it to him next Schooner. But I think Emerson Royale was my man of match for me, not the Welsh wizard. That's what we called Gareth Bale, but this one is we put Woden's on loan, but we've got the only Welsh man at the moment.
Yep, the Welsh the wannabe Welsh wizard is what I would call him. I think Ben Davies is a good player, but he's definitely not Gareth Bale as far as that's concerned.
Yeah.
You know who else is Welsh and amazing? Wrexham. Wrexham is Welsh and amazing.
There you go.
And they have a great player named Jordan Davies. That Davies does not make me as annoyed as this Davies.
Yeah. But
I think he'd be great if we signed him. I'd actually like him.
dude, I'm Philly. I'm from Philly. I'm starting to agree with you, man. I really am. I'm really starting to get disappointed in young Dan.
What's he saying?
What is the English bloke saying now?
Son needs to sit on the bench again. He's got a spreadsheet apparently. Dan Juma needs to start.
No, maybe if he can come off the bench against Chelsea, maybe he can start doing it. But this is the second time he's been on the bench since that Leicester game when we won 6-2. But he scored a hat-trick and scored one today. But hopefully he can come off the bench in that big game that we've not won for the last few seasons. But why not?
Yeah, it doesn't. I mean, so he came off of the bench for Leicester, scored. Came off the bench this time and scored. But I guess that Crystal Palace game where he did start didn't count. And the Frankfurt game that he scored a brace didn't count. So in the Preston game, which he scored, two didn't count, and also was the best player on the pitch and actually allowed us to still be in the cup running. All of those don't count. Only thing that counts is when he's come off the bench.
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
Because I mean, it's you can't. And the way that as bad as West Ham's defense was today, if you have Son in transition, I think we beat him 4-5-0, not 2-0. If Son starts this game, if you look at the impact on what Son did in 7 minutes, right? I'm not even talking about the goal. Just in transition, just moving the ball from our defensive third to the attacking third, and in the difference that he made in the players around him, I think we end up winning that game significantly easier than we did today.
Yeah.
Right? I don't think the first half is near as boring if Son starts that match today. I really don't. I'm glad he got a rest. I'm glad he got a little bit of a time off. I'm glad he got another goal. But we got to remember that history doesn't repeat himself, right? And just because Son scored off the bench twice doesn't mean he'll do that every time, right? So, because all it's going to take now is for him to come off the bench one more time, not score, and then he's garbage again, right? So,
just addressing Jay Coe in the chat there, he said Sonny 98 Premier League goals. Then Juma has got one Premier League goal, not zero.
No, he scored a Preston. That was in the cup.
Oh, is that in the cup?
Yeah, FA Cup.
Not Premier League, no.
He's got 0 goals in the Prem. His son is the second. Yeah, his son is the second highest goal scorer for Tottenham Hotspur in the Premier League era. No one has scored more in the Premier League era.
Park Ji-sung debate. That was another
Park Ji-sung, South Korea.
Yeah, and Park Ji-sung can barely tie Son Heung-min's boots. Park Ji-sung's a good player, don't get me wrong. Easily the second best Korean ever, right?
Yeah.
But he's nowhere near accomplished what Son Heung-min has.
Nah.
Right? Park Ji-sung was good for Korea in the 2002 World Cup.
10 as well, 14.
Yeah, but not as good as in 2002, right? They made a semifinal in 2002. I don't even think they got out of the group in the 2 years after that, right? So, you gotta give him props for that. But he that 2002 World Cup was kind of what started his career, right? That's what got him into Man City. But you can't, or Manchester United.
Son, this World Cup, and I saw on Twitter Richarlison showing respect to Son and hugging him after the game, and he said that's why you're a hero to your people, and it took how far to get here. Romance those two.
Yeah. it's I think it's one penalty, Harry Jackson. All Suns goals are 99.9% of Suns goals are all from open play, right? And all the people that are around him are all penalty takers for the most part. So I mean, I have to look too to see even just how many open play goals Harry Kane's had. It's got to be, he's had 200 something goals for 267 200 goals in the league, 200 league goals, and I would bet that probably 50 of those are penalties. Maybe. I don't know. I'm guessing now. I haven't looked, so don't quote me on it, but I'm just kind of spitballing.
It's just annoying because, like, the thing about why I came on here already being miserable was because Sonny scored. We won the game. I feel like I can't even be happy. The moment he scored, I just face palmed and was like, well, here it's gonna go. People are gonna immediately say, oh, shows you that he should be benched in the future, that he should be coming off of the bench. He needs to be sat. He needs competition. He needs to be put in his place. I already know the moment he scored, I already knew that was what was going to be said. And sure enough, that's exactly what was said. So it's like at this point, it's like the fans are just literally draining me of my little bit of happiness that I can even have as a Spurs fan when it happens.
And it's such a silly argument. The kind of facts they use to back it up. I am amazed.
I mean, it's just anecdotal, right? Like that means that if that were the case and you never start Son again, right? Bring him off the bench and he'll score a goal or two goals every single game, and he'll end up being Premier League goals champion every single week, right?
Yeah.
If their logic is true, that if benching Son means he will score, then you should do that all 38 games, and he'll average at least 38 games a season, and he'll be Golden Boot every single game. Right?
He's already been labelled a super sub.
Yeah, it's so dumb.
And then anybody
that right off.
And then anybody that says, otherwise and defends Son and says that, he shouldn't be benched every time and so forth, then suddenly you're like a Son fan. You're like a toxic Son fan. And like for me, I'm just like, just leave him alone. I'm not trying to defend Son. Just leave him alone. Why do we even need to attack him? Why do we even need to talk about him? Why do we even need to bring attention to it? Just leave him alone. I don't know. So I haven't been on streams for a while, but I've come back with a vengeance of being real annoyed by our fans. And have you all talked at all about how, people are just like, Stellini is now at this point, he's a 100% win rate, so we should, we should absolutely, apparently, according to fans, we should, sack Conte and hire Stellini.
Not just the fans, most YouTube channels.
Yeah, that's how little they really understand that Stellini is Conte. That where Conte goes, Stellini goes, and where Stellini goes, Conte goes, and he spent his entire career and owes his career to Conte, and that he even in the press conference, Ali Gold asked him questions, and he specifically said that Conte was giving him directions and texting him during the game and telling him what to do. Just like, oh my god.
You know what's funny about this? If let's say a 15-year-old kid or 16-year-old kid come and tells me about that, then okay, I'm like, okay, maybe the guy doesn't know much. Some people, they are like experts in this field. They have been watching football for years and years, and they are the ones who are actually saying the Stellini comment. It annoys the hell out of me, I tell you.
But not only that too, I want to set the record straight here just for a second, because I've heard people say today that he'll go 8 games and then score, and then go 8 games and then score, and then go 8 games and score, and that's not true, right? So let's look at all competitions, right? You got goals here. He went 8 in a row without scoring, and this is in all comps, right? Because if you look at just the league, it was only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 games before he scored his first goal. You've got at all competitions 8 games. Then he scored the triple at Leicester. Then he only went 3 games and he scored the brace at Frankfurt. Right. Then he won another 8 games in all competitions, right? Scored at Crystal Palace. Then we have 4 games and he scores at Preston. And then 3 games and he scores again. So only twice this season, not after every goal that he scored, but only twice has he gone 8 games. And that's in all comps. Because it's not even that many in the league. Right? If I were to just go to the league, there's never been a time where he's gone 8 games without scoring a goal. All right, so right.
But just touching the previous point, there are some YouTube channels who are also saying, most of them, that basically now Conte is in Italy, even though he's recovering from major surgery. They're saying this is club's way of telling him, or his way of telling the club that he's leaving the club.
Oh my god.
I mean, that's insane. I mean, the guy needs a few weeks to recover from this major surgery where he had cholecystectomy, and they're saying this is his way of like leaving our club.
Sorry, I gotta. Whenever this guy comes in, I gotta give plenty of opportunity for people to hear his theme song. He heard me talking trash about Kane's big missed chance today. He couldn't take it anymore. But Dietrich's Kane is in the house. We can't hear you in the music.
Steak.
Howdy, Dietrichs.
Hi everyone, how's everyone doing?
Nothing good.
And you say big chance, that wasn't a big chance. You can kiss
It
my
was
ass on that.
absolutely a big chance. He was all there by himself, bro.
No, I'll be honest.
He was
It
there
was a big
all
chance.
by himself.
No, it was a big chance.
I didn't.
Yeah.
I'm watching you in the group chat. I didn't comment because I wanted to save it for tonight.
No, I lost my head. I lost my head when you missed.
It was such a good time.
But you have to be honest, Richie's chance was worse than Kane. It was a lot easier
No,
than
the
Kane.
angle was,
No, Kane, it was more
Both
like...
of Richard Charleston's chances, he should have scored more than Kane should have scored that one.
Yeah, 100%.
But I mean, Richarlison apparently can only score goals if he's in the front. The only time Richarlison scored a goal for Tottenham was when he played striker for Kane in a Champions League match. Off the bench, by the way, super sub. So why? So if Richarlison can only score off the bench, why should he start? He should be coming off the bench every single time. Right? For Harry Kane.
The Steak was in the stadium.
Like, if we want to use the same logic that everybody uses for Son, right, we got to say Richarlison has to come off the bench for Kane because then he'll score a brace. Right?
Wait, you say brace, but he never scored a brace with his foot. It was his head.
Yeah, his
So you
head.
have
It
to-
doesn't matter how he scores them.
Yeah, so you
He's got to come off the bench in the number 9, and he'll score a brace every week. Right? We can just get rid of Kane. He doesn't have to score at all. We'll have Son coming off the bench as well. Danjuma can start in Son's place. Richarlison can come on for Kane. We bring them both on in the 60th minute, and they'll both score 40-plus goals a year in the league. Right? Let's go. Come on, guys. It sounds like a great plan.
Richarlison didn't come off the bench. He was playing as a right winger in that game. The Marseille game where he scored 2.
Say what?
He didn't come off the bench in that game, the Marseille game where he scored the 2 headers.
Oh, did he start that game? No, he came off the bench.
No, he didn't.
Did he start?
Yeah, he started that game.
He didn't start in the number 9 spot, though. He started on the left, and then when Son came, or somebody came off, he moved to the center. Kane came off, and he moved to the
he moved
center.
to left wing when Son came off and Kulusevski went on. Yeah.
Yeah, he started the game.
Yeah, he started the game wide, but I'm saying he played. Harry Kane came off in that game, and he played up the middle.
Oh, Harry Kane never came on.
No,
He did not come
Kane
off.
didn't come off.
No, Kane
Son
started.
Let
came
me
off.
pull it up.
Kane's done.
It's
Son
this
came
game.
off.
You see?
I just-
Now you're telling
Son-
everyone a fallacy. You should be ashamed of yourself.
Well, if I was wrong, I'll correct myself. Let's look and see.
If you don't know, get to know.
You don't know, get to know.
If you don't know, get to know.
Nope, I'll double check my
Will
facts.
doesn't
My
know.
memory
Will
isn't
doesn't know,
100%
guys.
perfect all the time.
No, he's right.
Will
Son
doesn't know.
played, Kane,
Son
and he
came
was
off.
on the right. Then
Yeah, so
Son came
Kulusevski didn't
off.
start that game. Then when he came on and Son went off, Richarlison shifted the side. He went to left, and that's when he scored.
We'll see. You guys continue on. I'm looking at the match here. And we'll find out
More
exactly
THFC,
what
I just addressed your comments early on in Henry's channel, and you're still picking up the same conversation that today Langley and Dyer were shambolic. It's nowhere that you can actually put the same in the same sentence.
Yeah, Langley was really bad.
Langley
Dyer
was bad. You
decent.
can't say the same about Dyer, please.
As
stop.
much as I Dyer, today he was fantastic. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, he had a decent game.
Stop
He
the
wasn't
agenda.
fantastic.
No,
He was
he
good.
played well.
Like he
was
didn't
really
do
good.
anything. He just wasn't terrible because he didn't have to do anything.
No, he controlled what's his name, the striker. I forgot his name.
Antonio.
Antonio, he did really well.
Antonio should have been sent off for that tackle. He should have been off. Antonio.
I know. Yeah, should have got a second yellow.
Yeah, that was crazy.
But how? Like, I don't understand VAR lately. Like, how the fuck is not on a bad penalty? It was a handball, and that was a
Yeah, it
yellow
was
card.
definitely a handball. Unless I'm missing, unless I didn't see it from another angle.
Like it was outside of his.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't even close of his body. He was like down, close to the fucking touchline. Like what the fuck was that? I don't get it.
Yeah.
Yes,
We-
it's me. It's me.
We already covered that.
Oh yeah, I didn't hear. Sorry, my bad.
It's me.
You're
And you
you're
the
a
one
bit like
that Sanchez
Dietrich.
is better than
Yeah,
Dyer.
I took Shane. I took a nap before coming because I was tired.
Taking a nap for that real early 11:30 game this morning.
It was.
No, it wasn't even an early
Chelsea
one.
game?
It was
It's gonna
2:30
be
in the morning for
5:30
me.
No, because the first half, like, it was so boring, so I had to take a nap after the game.
Oh, okay. The game for me was 8:30 a.m. and then the Chelsea game is gonna be 5:30 a.m. I don't know if I'm gonna get up for it.
Oh, more early morning crap.
Why don't
Let's
why
lose
don't
to
you guys
Chelsea.
why don't you guys message me in the group chat and let me know if it's worth me getting up? I'll roll over and look at my phone and see whether or not it's worth it, and then put it down and go back to sleep if it's not.
I mean, I remember the Villa versus Arsenal. I woke up early, saw they were winning. I was happy, and then they lost.
I blame you.
Anyway, yeah, like,
Okay,
who cares about Arsenal? I don't. I hate Arsenal. They're not going to win the league. That's all that matters. I just don't want them to. Because if they win the league, I'm leaving the UK. It's what I put on Facebook.
You're leaving the UK if they win the league.
Yeah, that's what I put, man. I'm moving to Canada.
Where are you going?
You're moving to Canada?
Yeah, because that's what I'm going to do because I've got family over there. So if Arsenal win the league, I'm moving to Canada.
You can always come down under, mate. I'll look after you.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
Canada have already qualified for the World Cup, I heard. So I'm going there for the World Cup in 2026. So Brian Daigle is going to be there, Ben and Sim will be. So can't wait to see you people there. I'll be going there for the World Cup.
KPV, do you realize most of the games will be in the US?
Yeah.
There will be some games in Canada, but most of them will be in the US. Yes. All the games outside of the group stages will be in the US. So all the knockout rounds will be in the US, and then like half of the group stages will be in the US. But
So you have to pay
Yeah,
$500.
everybody's coming to LA.
or Atlanta.
I will be in Canada by then, yeah. 2026, right?
Yeah, Canada is where, like, some of the games will be in Canada. That's where the World Cup will be as well, not just the US. It will be in Canada as
But
well.
if I'm not mistaken, at the Mercedes Stadium in Atlanta, your stadium is not real grass; it's turf field, right?
Yeah, but they'll put a grass pitch in there.
They put a grass, yeah. Okay.
Yeah. But
But why go to Canada when you can go to the US?
I'm
Nice,
going
nice.
to Canada, man, because I've got family and I've got mates in there. So I'll be going to Canada because that's what my mates are doing. Ben and Sim are going there. Oh,
Nice.
we have
hold on. We gotta bring in the young lobster back himself. There's which camera do you want me to bring in, Dan? I don't got room to bring them both in, buddy. Dan,
This camera.
THFC.
This camera.
There you go.
All right.
Let's see your spreadsheet, man.
I'd send you your
Done.
spreadsheet.
Done. Is my name
English
still
lad
Detractors?
has arrived.
I've sent you your spreadsheet.
He's got
Take
a
look at
Richarlison
it.
haircut too, or is that Emerson Royale?
Richarlison. Listen, I put no effort to this. I've just hopped out of the shower, so this is like the least
I want
amount
to
of
see what
effort.
formula you used.
Look, take a look at my spreadsheet. I've sent Will a spreadsheet on why Son should not start against Chelsea.
Let's see it.
What colors are the spreadsheet? Red and white.
White.
For England.
It's white.
I'm right, Will.
You gotta share the screen, brother.
I sent you a
Done
link.
any graphs or?
No, I sent
Send me
the
a link. Why are you sending
Okay.
a link?
I'll share it.
There's
I'll
a
share
link
my
in my
screen.
private chat.
You just share your screen, bro. If you only got one screen, I can do it if you only got one screen for you.
And then I never
No, I
want
got
to hear you with. I never want to hear
I
you
got
with
you.
Richie. Richie
What?
was shit. He was
Bro,
shit.
he's not playing a striker.
He was shit.
Wait.
I'll
No,
never
hold
want to
on,
hear
hold on,
you.
hold
He
on.
was shit.
Dan,
He was shit when he played at striker and everywhere else.
No, hold on, Dan.
He certainly
So
wasn't
this
shit when he
is
played
a
for
spreadsheet.
Wolves.
It says-
Hold on, Dan.
Yes, he
Dan,
was.
I agree. Hold on. I agree with you that Richie should be playing as striker.
Take a look at my
I
spreadsheet.
agree that that is his true position and he should be playing as striker. And then if he was playing as striker, he would be playing better. And if the times that he was playing as striker and further up the pitch for us, he played better. That being said, you have been calling all season for Sonny to be benched for Richie.
And I've said I'm
And
wrong about that.
What
And I said
position?
I'm wrong
Dan,
about that.
I have a question.
What position does Richie? What position does Sonny play?
Left wing.
Exactly. So you've been calling for Sonny to be benched and Richie to start instead of Sonny all season
CQ.
long, which would
CQ.
mean that you have been
CQ.
telling all of us. and
Charleston didn't play on the
Twitter
left that
space
game, by the
that
way,
Richie
fellas.
should be playing left wing all season long.
Right.
Yeah, we said it right.
I agree with
Yeah, he
you.
played on the right, but everybody says he sucks on the right. He needs to play on the left.
He needs to play at striker.
Dan.
He needs to
Dan, I
play
have
at
a-
striker.
Well, the only time he
Whoa.
scored is playing on the right.
No, wait, Dan.
he played in the Champions League.
You say
Yeah.
he needs to play striker. How the fuck did he miss that chance? That's a striker position where he was, and he missed it.
Which
From
one? The one that
Kulu.
got cleared off the line?
No, the one from Kulu where he shot it straight to the goalkeeper.
Yeah,
Yeah, in the middle.
I agree with you. That's a poor strike.
No,
But
that's
it-
an unbelievable poor
It's-
strike.
But how many of those strikes have we seen from Son throughout the whole season?
Son was scored that 9 times out of 10.
Come on, man.
Easily.
Come on, we've seen like
Easily
15
go-
of those opportunities that Son has
No,
squandered this week.
Dan,
We've seen like
no.
Dan,
15
what's
of
the
those
XG
opportunities.
of
act like-
every character of the of your spreadsheet?
What happened?
What's the XG of every word in your spreadsheet?
I think it's like around a 0.213, I think.
Did it
I
take
think
you all night
Richarlison
to
is
come
just
up with that?
I used an Arial-
option. That's
I
all.
used an Arial font, so and I didn't put in bold letters, so I think it might be 0.2. I don't know.
So
Well,
don't
what
you think,
about-
Dan? Don't you think, Dan, that Richarlison needs to start on the right?
No.
Why? That's the only time he scored.
Bro, if you, I'm gonna repeat the saying that I've said like all day.
He was
when
man of the
people ask me
match,
this question.
bro.
Man of the match, yeah.
A broken clock is gonna be right once a day. You're gonna put him in this position all the time, and you're wondering why he has one good game. That's one good game. That's one good game.
Yeah, but the whole
Doesn't mean he should be
logic
starting
between Son sitting is because he scores when he comes off the bench, he should do that all the time, right? So the same thing with Richarlison. Because he scores goals when he starts on the right, he should do that all the time, right?
Yeah, but he's played on the right like loads of times, and he's only scored like two goals in one game.
Oh,
He's-
I see.
how
Because
many
Son's
times has
only
he played
come
on
off the
the right?
bench twice. That it hasn't been broken yet.
Yeah, but Will, how many times has he started and he's done nothing?
And then explain me
Bro,
one
because-
thing with
because
Richie.
when
How many times has he started and done something?
Because when he
He's
scored
done-
against
Not enough.
Palace and when he scored
Not enough.
against Frankfurt and when he scored against Preston, all those times don't matter.
Oh my
Those
God, he
times
scored
don't matter,
against-
Dan.
He scored against a League One team.
Oh,
He
hey,
scored-
hey, hey.
The
You
Europa
know what?
League
No,
winners.
we were shit against
He
that
finished
team.
last
no,
in the
no,
group,
no.
I
We
think.
were shit against that team.
What? His
Son was
No, they're
the
through.
one that saved us
Oh, they're through.
in that game.
Duh.
Saved us in that game. And
Yes.
the fact
I
that
thought-
Yeah, they
we're
are.
getting to the next round is
Yeah,
because
Frank-
of
All right, fair play. The
Kane
fact we're
didn't
getting
even
to the-
play.
Yo, I said it. Fair play to Son. He scored, but it's a third division team. Like, seriously, is that our level for Son now? Like I hold Son to a higher level. I hold Son to a higher level.
You see, one thing that annoys me with you, Dan. I love you as
A
well.
lot of things.
lot.
A lot of things. About
But there's one thing I don't understand with you: the way you defend Richie, and he deserves nothing from. He deserves nothing.
Bro, he's
Son
saying
got a Richie flag.
Because you shit on Son. You shit on Son all the time, right? You do shit on Son all the time.
How do
right?
I
Like even you saying today, tweeting out, "Does Son still need to be out for Chelsea next
What
week?"
if Kane gets
It's
injured?
not because
Who's
he
gonna
didn't
play
have
as
a good game
striker?
today.
What if Kane gets injured? Who plays striker then?
Richarlison.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
No.
We don't need to shit on Richarlison. He's brought as a backup. We need backups
Bro,
in all positions.
facts.
So Richarlison is a
Pointing
good
out he's
backup.
not good enough isn't
Shaquille.
shitting on him though.
Shaquille. Absolute facts. I've been saying that all season. Richarlison was brought in as a backup striker.
Yeah,
backup
that's how he's
not a backup
Then why?
striker.
Then, okay, hold on.
It's a
I
plus.
actually
Then why
have
does
it.
Son sit?
Right
Yeah,
and play on the left.
For
It's a plus.
Danjuma starts
Dan
on the
Juma's
left.
done what, dude?
But you've
Danjuma
been
hasn't
calling
been given
all
us an
season.
opportunity.
Dan
you've
Juma
been
only is the only
calling
goal.
all season
Hold on.
for Son to be
The
sacked for
only
Richie.
the only goal Dan
I said I
Juma
was wrong
has
about
scored. Hold on. The only goal Dan Juma scored as a striker off the bench. So if the logic is correct, then he needs to come off the bench for a sub as Harry Kane too. Because that's when he scores.
Oh, and by the way, Danjuma.
You got to be consistent in your logic.
So how many times has Danjuma? How many times has Danjuma started and
League
scored?
One team.
How many
Dan.
times has Danjuma come on
None.
and scored? Exactly, because he's never been played there. He's never.
Okay, so
started.
then he should come off the
So now
bench
he just
because he
has to play
scores when he
random
comes off the
people,
bench.
anyone?
Well, what the hell is this
He's
logic?
just like Son. He scores when he comes off the bench, right?
but
Son
it's-
has
it's
scored when he
only
started.
One
Scored
appearance,
against a
and that
League
one
One
appearance
team.
was coming off a bench, and it started against a League One team.
Yeah, and the game was already over because Son had already scored 2 goals from his start.
And by the
bringing
way,
that
he
up.
scored against a League One team as
I
well.
think we have a
So
lot
you're
of
giving
games coming up.
Sonny shit for
Everybody's gonna
scoring
get a
against a League One
chance.
team. So
There
did
are
Danjuma.
games every
No,
3 days.
Shaquille. People deserve a chance, but when it comes to Richie and Danjuma, they deserve nothing.
Why?
Because they've
Why?
done
What if-
nothing.
Because he hasn't been given a chance. Well,
hold on,
how
hold
do
on,
you expect him to do
Done
something if he's never been given a chance?
nothing.
How do you expect some? How
To be
how
fair,
do you
I'll-
expect
I
I'll
don't
give
expect him
Danjuma
to
a
do
chance.
never
anything.
give someone a chance?
I am
Dan.
not.
What
How
if
do you
Kane
expect
gets
someone to do
injured?
Hold
Who
on,
plays
Dan,
up front?
Dan. We shouldn't have signed him in the first place.
Exactly.
I agree with you. We had.
Then
other
why
positions.
do we
We
start
signed
someone
him.
we shouldn't have signed? That is the dumbest thing. Yeah, we signed a bad player. Let's play him.
He's not a bad
What
player.
sense does that make?
He
He
is
is
a bad player.
a bad player.
He's
No,
not
hold
a bad
on,
player.
hold on.
He's a good
He's
I
not
don't
a bad
think-
player.
I don't think that
He's
Richie
not a
is
good
as
player.
bad. No, I don't think Richie
I
is
don't
as
think
bad.
Richarlison is a bad player.
I'm not
don't
talking
think
about
that-
Richarlison. I'm talking about Danjuma.
Okay.
I'm saying Richie.
If
I'm
but
saying
let me say
Richie.
this. I don't think that Richie is as bad as a lot of people think he is. Okay.
I take
But-
steak.
He's not playing at striker.
Come on. That's what I said. Dan.
So then Harry Kane needs to sit, right, Dan?
I said Richie
No, he needs to be
needs to
rested.
play as a striker. I think that Richie is a decent player as a striker. I think that he played well for us when he has been a striker role. I had said that, Dan, but you are the one that has been saying all season long that we should sit Sonny for Richie.
He needs to start on the left, guys. He's got to start on the left, guys. But when he starts on the left, he plays bad.
CQ.
And when he starts up the middle, he's going to play bad too. So
CQ.
That's what
I said countless times on this stream. I've said countless times today that I was wrong. Richarlison is a striker, not a winger. Not on
And
the
when he
left,
plays
not
a
on the right.
striker, he's going to
I
be
was
bad and he'll be
wrong.
wrong again.
No,
Right?
because we saw him for Brazil. We
That's
saw
the
him.
way it
Yeah,
is, man.
This is
we
such
saw him play crazy
bullshit.
for Brazil. How did he play so well for Brazil?
He didn't play
Yes,
so
he
well
did.
for Brazil. Can we
I mean,
stop?
last year for
It's a
Everton,
lie
he
that he
played quite
single-handedly
well.
saved Everton from relegation. That's
He
bullshit.
played quite well. for
There's nothing
Everton
about
last
playing
year.
I can't.
not
bro.
at striker that makes you take a weak shot. That isn't because he's playing out of position that he rolls the ball to Fabianski today.
No,
That's
I
not
think
'cause he's
I
playing
think
out of
I think we
Richie.
should start with
Richie is a
Richarlison and
decent
goal.
player.
because he's playing out of position.
Give
I think
Forster
Richie is a
rest.
decent player as a striker. That
Let's
being said,
let's play Harry Kane in goal.
also gotta
Let's play
keep
Harry
in-
Kane in goal.
You
What?
you also have to
And,
keep in
uh,
mind the fact that
Danjuma centre
for
back.
Brazil,
Danjuma at left
No,
back.
wait.
he's
No,
got,
no, no.
he's got
That
a better
worked. That would
team.
actually work.
Richie has a better team around him for Brazil
Put Alex
than he does
THFC.
at Spurs. He has creators left and right. Okay, he has creators left and right for Brazil in the
Look,
Brazil team.
He had a kick up.
He's all
He
these
would have.
players
He would have Kulusevski. He would have Kulusevski and Son.
Oh, But you
To
mean the
create
son that
chances
you
for
wanted?
him.
The son
Look,
that you
I don't mind. I don't mind Richarlison coming on for Harry Kane in the 50th, 60th minute, especially today. We're 2-0 up, right? We're 2-0
yeah,
up.
that's what I'm saying.
West Ham's doing nothing. Richarlison comes on for Kane. Give Kane 10, 15 minutes of rest, right? So he's more fit and ready to go for Chelsea. I got no problem with that.
No,
I got
have
no
a problem
problem
with
with against Sheffield United. Harry Kane sitting on the bench, Richarlison starting up top, even though I think Richarlison has started up top in some cup games, hasn't he? There's been at least one or two times that he started.
He hasn't started
Kane
once.
was rested one game.
Same thing goes.
No, but it was.
But Perisic started, didn't he? Perisic started.
it was
No, Perisic played striker.
Son that played
Perisic was
striker.
a striker.
Oh, Perisic was striker.
Was it? No, I think it was Son. Son played striker and
No,
That was
Perisic.
That was
Perisic played
Preston,
on the
but
left.
against
Son
Portsmouth.
was striker and
Perisic was a
Perisic
striker.
was left wing.
Yeah.
But Dan,
Yeah.
I just have a question. When you when you say Richie plays striker for Brazil, who has another striker? Who Brazil plays with strikers? They only have Jesus, so there's no competition. So don't act like Richie.
And they don't play. They don't play
Jesus
with a
is competition.
striker. Like he wasn't a target man. Like
And
Gabriel Jesus versus Richarlison is the definition of competition.
No, it's not, because they both suck.
How the hell did
how many
Jesus
league
is not
goals
that
does
bad.
Gabriel Jesus have this season? At least he's got
'Cause
way
they
more than
both-
Richarlison does, and they've played about the same amount of minutes.
Oh, well,
Jesus
Gabriel
has
Jesus
like
has played the
5.
same amount of minutes because he's been injured most of the
Doesn't
time.
matter.
It
Doesn't matter why they're not playing. They're not playing, right? They've played the same amount of minutes, and Gabriel Jesus has scored 5 goals in the league, and Richarlison scored 0.
It does
Maybe
matter.
Richarlison is underperforming this season, no doubt about that. But what
Because
if
he's
Harry
not good.
gets injured?
He's not
What
good.
if Harry Kane gets injured? Who are you gonna play up front?
I don't.
That's
I
why he's
rather
not
play.
Richie,
No,
I
no,
don't
no,
mind
no,
him
no.
coming on or playing
No,
in
no,
place
no.
of Son.
If
Kane.
Kane is injured, I'd rather see Perisic on the left, Son as striker. I never want to see Richie play. Because I know Son
I
at
think that's
least.
been unfair on him. He needs
No,
time.
no.
I mean,
doesn't need
even
time.
what
He's
about
tw-
other players coming to the different teams? Sometimes they need time to gel in.
Shaquille,
Sometimes
he's a
players
Premier
need time
League. He's a
in
Premier
a new
League player.
system.
He's
Bro,
not a
Dietrich-
fullback.
Yes, but we don't play
Dietrich's-
like Everton.
Dietrich's-
We play like Tottenham Hotspur. We are not Everton.
play the same way as Everton.
Exactly. What,
Everton wasn't
Dietrich,
good.
why do you think Basuma's not playing the best? Why do you think Basuma's not playing the best?
Because
he came from a
Bas-
Premier League club.
No, because Bissouma is not. He's underperforming. That's on him. I don't
Yeah,
want to see him
that's-
too.
So, but why is he
Richarlison
underperforming?
is
But why is he
underperforming.
underperforming?
New system.
No, he's underperforming. No, it's a new system, and he's not playing to his. And we're not playing to his strength, which is attacking. But
So maybe
Richie,
we're not playing Richarlison to his strength and
No.
playing him at striker.
we play the same way as Everton, which is counter-attacking. When they had what's his name, the striker.
We don't play
Well-
counter-attacking. Spurs have more possession than most teams. Why,
No,
why do people keep saying that? Today we have
No, we play
63% possession. We don't
scored
play
on the-
counter-stacking. Conte doesn't play counter-stacking football. That was Mourinho. Conte has a possession-based football game.
He's
where
not
he passes
wrong. We
from back to
averaged the
outside.
fourth. We averaged the 4th most possession in the league.
Yeah, it's
Okay,
a possession football. This is just bullshit in people's minds where they would just want to keep saying, "Oh, this is boring football. Every boring style is just counter-attacking style." No,
That's
it's
facts.
possession style.
That's
Okay, so you
actually
tell
very
me.
true.
So you're telling me a 60 million pound player cannot play possession-based football?
Oh my God! Here we go. So exactly. This is something else.
Maybe
When-
he's
when
underperforming this
Richarlison-
season,
we're
but we
talking
need to
about
give him
Richarlison.
time. That's all.
We're talking about Richarlison, and always what needs to be brought up is that we paid 60 million for him. Why? Did he decide the price?
Who'd we lose?
Did Richarlison go, all right, I'm not leaving Everton unless Daniel Levy bids 60 million? Did he do that?
Steak.
No, it was Tottenham that bidded 60 million. Why are we putting that
It
on
is
the
Then
top?
why
50
do-
million,
hold
by
on,
the
then
way. It's
why
not
are
60
people-
million. It's
then
50
why are
million
people-
with 10 million add-ons.
Dad.
No,
Dad,
if I play
you
60
Hold
have-
on, let
million,
Cube talk. What?
So, hold on. But then you have brought up the fact, along with other fans, about people that want to start Richie over Sonny. You say, or just play him. You say, we have 60 million sitting on the bench. Why
Oh,
aren't
yeah,
we
he did
playing?
say
I-
that.
When did I say
He
that?
did.
You can't have it both
A
ways.
ton of
You
times,
can't
Dan.
have.
I mean,
you
we don't have
When
to
have I
say
said
that.
that?
for
You
saying
just said
it,
bro,
bro.
like the 60 million,
Find me
and then
one
at
time.
the same time be
Find me
fans
one
that
time I
say
said
that.
we
I'll
have
try to
60
find it.
Find me
million
one time
on
that
the
I've said
bench
that.
and
I'm
wasted.
gonna
We
clip
should be
it.
All right,
starting.
clip me, please clip me. Find me one time that I've said
I'm gonna go on
we've
your
got
show
60
and
million.
I'm
Okay,
gonna
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna look for it because I you know I follow you, Dan, because I've given you a ton of hard time on Twitter. You know that.
Thank you for following
just
me. I'll send
search
you.
Twitter.
I'll send
Let's
you an
see.
autograph photo, CQ. Thank you for following me.
Is it going to be written? Is it going to be autographed on the English flag? Is it going to be autographed on the
I've
English
got you.
flag?
I've got you. I've got you. Right here for you. I'm gonna send you this.
Okay, so make sure to sign it Benedict. Make
autograph.
sure to sign it Benedict Campbell. Make sure to sign it Benedict Campbell.
Oh, yeah.
Let's find it. Let's find it on Twitter, Dan. We can search Dan's Twitter page for 60 million and see what pops up.
It's that easy, Dad.
Yeah. Tottenham. Breaking news: Tottenham have just signed Richarlison for 60 million. That's probably the only tweet you'll find. Something like that.
No, it's got to be his responses. It's got to be one of his.
It'll still pull it up.
Okay.
There is someone we paid 60 million for called Richarlison on 123.23, replying to THFC Vassy.
Screen share it.
Focus, you son of a bitch.
Remember everything.
It's not.
There is someone we paid 60 million for called Richarlison.
Okay, click the tweet and see the tweet that I'm replying to. I don't remember.
Can you share the link?
Yeah, well, I do.
Fair play.
What does Son have to do to not start?
Exactly.
Someone fit to replace him. There is someone we paid 60 million for called Richarlison.
But I'm not using the fact that we paid 60 million for him.
Yes, you are. You just did. There is someone we paid 60 million for called Richarlison. That is fit to replace him.
Yeah, you're trying to get
busted, dog. Busted.
To start and justifying it by 60 million. Yeah, that's right. I remember that shit, Dan.
Busted.
First of all, I'm not justifying it. I'm just stating that we paid 60 million for him. I'm just saying that we paid 60 million for him.
Why do you even need to mention it? Dan, why do you even need to mention it? You're giving everybody else a hard time for talking about he's being 60 million. Why
Hold on, I gotta share it so that I can pull it up on my computer.
That he's 60 million.
Let me share this tweet.
But I'm not saying, because he cost 60 million, he should be playing. I'm just saying, he cost 60 million.
No, but you said
that's what you're saying.
That's what you're saying. It was 60 million.
I'm just saying his name is Richarlison, and he cost 60 million.
Dan, you need
I'm saying it as a pun. I'm saying it as a pun. I'm saying it as a pun because there's a chance that's like Richarlison. There's a chance that was it the Everton fans? They were saying that it was like he cost 60 million and his name is Richarlison. That's what I'm trying. It's like a pun.
Oh no! Stop lying! Stop lying!
It's not lying. I'll show you a video. I'll show you a video of it.
Well, I want to see that song.
I'll show you a video of it. All right.
No, I'm gonna pull it up right now, Dan. Don't worry about it. I got you, brother. I got you. I've linked it's in the Friday night chat, man.
He's 50 million. He's only cost 50 million. Like that one.
Boom.
Bro. What's it proving?
Boom, boom.
I saw the tweet.
So let's share our screen here. Present, share screen.
I saw the tweet.
Dan THFC on Twitter.
Yeah.
Let's add this puppy up on the stream. So what does Son have to do to not start?
Yeah.
Right? So you're talking about Son here, right? Crapping on him. Then this guy, smart guy, by the way, says, maybe I should I'm going to give this guy a follow, right? Just because he caught you out on your bull crap. Then it says, someone fit to replace him, laughing my ass off. And then Dan says, there is someone we paid 60 million for called Richarlison.
Yeah.
Will, one second. Close your
I know. And then this guy, look at this guy. He gets you again. He totally deserved the follow. Yeah, I know. That's why I was saying it. He's not fit.
Yo, I'm not.
Big up THFCRants 7. Pick yourself up, man.
Bro.
You might want to close your DMs.
Yeah, bro. You're leaking someone's number.
Okay, there's nothing much there, but just
But if you wouldn't mention it, nobody knows.
Can you retweet the?
Yeah, I'll retweet it.
Thank you very much.
Let's retweet it. Let's make shirts about it.
Damn.
Slap it on a t-shirt. Slap it on a bumper sticker.
Getting the smack.
You gotta tag me, Will. You gotta give me some credit.
Down.
Gotta give me credit for my memory.
And having receipts. I can't spell receipts.
All right, reload. I'm gonna delete the tweet.
Dan getting the smackdown and having receipts thrown.
I've got Twitter Blue. I can edit the tweet
Bro,
right now.
bro,
and delete the
bro,
60
have you
minute part.
taken a
Can't. It only
screenshot?
lasts. Twitter Blue only lasts for 5 minutes, my man.
Yeah, you ain't got
For
the
30
blue
minutes.
tick though, Dan, have you?
What happened?
You ain't got the blue tick.
Detractors. Whoops.
No, I'm taking the piss. I don't actually have Twitter Blue.
I do.
I do. I've got the blue tick.
But I got rid of it.
Why?
I got rid of it before they did the tick. But
I've got it.
Thank you very much. Now I'm
Thank
gonna
you.
keep the receipt.
Bro.
That's right. Will knew. He was like, let Cube talk. She's about to say, she's about to drop something.
That's one of the, I don't discuss about these kind of things.
Big up this guy. You know,
and
THFC Vassy, he totally rocked.
He's an Italian channel from the looks of it.
Dan. Right.
It always happens, bro, when you
Oh yeah, that was terrible. The abuse for Son, like, bro, that's stupid. Those people are so stupid.
Yeah, Tottenham legend. This guy on his phone.
What did he do to become a Tottenham legend?
He's the second highest goal scorer for Tottenham in the Premier League era.
Premier League era, but like for me, you have to win a trophy to become a legend at a football club.
No,
He hasn't won a trophy. So he's not a legend either. Just stop, Dan. Get off of this. Get off of Terry's junk, dude. Get off of it.
I can't say a sentence without being called Terry Flewers.
Actually, all these
Mini Flewers, dude.
Oh,
wait.
Mini Flewers. Don't go to Turkey and get a hair transplant, Dan.
Dan, you say you need to win trophies. Do you realize that Phil Jones won a Europa League, Premier League, FA Cup, Carabao Cup?
Who?
I said Phil Jones won a Premier League, FA Cup,
He wasn't
League.
influential to those though. You have to be influential.
But no, he won. He won. It's on his name. You can tell.
No, but it doesn't matter if it's on his name. You have to be influential. Yeah,
No,
of
it doesn't
course.
No.
He
He's a
won
Premier-
the Europa
This
League
is
as
such a
well.
dumb argument, Dan. Teams win trophies, not players. Okay, so
I get
Exactly.
that. I get that, but
no,
for
you
a
don't
club,
get it because you keep rattling on with this silly argument that has
You have to have, like, a
zero
really big
credibility
You have to have a
whatsoever.
really big achievement. You have to have a really big achievement to be named
A big
club
achievement is individual.
Okay.
What you did for the squad.
Hold on. A big
Son
achievement
will
like
go into
what?
Any team, he's really good.
Like
I don't
top
think
goal scorer
why-
for the football club. Like being a Golden Boot winner in a competition that we've actually won.
Golden Boot winner in the Premier League.
Did we win the Premier League? Oh shoot, we won the
No.
Premier League. Yes, we've won the league. Come on.
Stop, Dan. Enough.
Why do you have to win the league and be top goal scorer? Why do you have to do that?
Son is a Tottenham legend. Get over it, Dan.
I don't think he is. In my opinion, I don't think
Yes,
he
he
Okay,
is.
Salah. Is Salah a Premier League legend?
Salah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, because he was instrumental to winning the Premier League for Liverpool.
Well, it was one league. So how you're a legend if you
In
win one
Champions League.
league? Yeah,
And
how
champ-
you're a
yeah.
legend? How you're a legend if you win one?
Because
There's
he
so
won.
many players that won so many and they're not legends.
Yeah, because he was influential to them, and he was very influential to them. Dietrich, it's not just about winning a trophy. It's about being influential to winning the trophy.
It doesn't matter about being
Ben
influential.
White's
How does it
won
not matter?
stuff. Is he a legend? Ben White's won stuff. Is he a legend?
Was he instrumental
won.
to winning this stuff?
Yes, he was instrumental.
What was it that he won?
He's won the Carabao Cup.
Who did he win it with?
The Carabao. You don't win the Carabao Cup and become a legend. Let's be honest here.
Okay, it's going to get.
That's a trophy.
Okay.
So now,
No,
if we win the FA Cup, Son and Kane aren't legends then.
FA Cup is miles bigger than the Carabao Cup.
It's not miles
wait,
bigger. It's
It is
bigger,
miles
yes,
bigger.
but not miles bigger.
It's
you
miles
can have
bigger.
the same teams in there, and it's a similar level of competition.
Dan is going to get the
It's
center
but the
mid.
meaning of winning it. The meaning of winning it.
Is the
bigger.
It's
center
the
mid
exact
of-
same teams. I don't even understand the difference anymore. Like there used to be a difference.
Yeah.
But what's
a
the
bigger-
difference now?
The teams don't put their strongest teams.
The Carabao
in
Cup is
the
easier to
FA
get
Cup.
fast. And the Carabao Cup is easier to get past, like because there's like less rounds. And the FA Cup, there's like way more rounds, and there's a lot more teams.
Yeah, but hold on. The amount of rounds for teams in the Premier League is exactly the same.
No.
Yes, there's
Yes,
more
it is.
rounds in the FA Cup because it's the lower teams down the pyramid that play those things. The Premier League teams come in
No, I
in
don't
the
think so.
same amount of time.
No, there's a few more different. There's a few more in the FA Cup.
History also. FA Cup is like 1870-80, and EFL is 1960.
Yeah,
so
and that's the
there's
other
a
thing
way
that-
bigger history with the FA
Yeah.
Is
Cup.
Ledley King a Tottenham legend?
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
He won the Carling Cup.
How the fuck are you a legend if you win the league?
He won the League Cup, Dan. I thought the League Cup didn't count.
Yeah, but listen, you're taking it out of context.
I'm not taking it out of context.
Bro,
I'm not.
I
That's
don't
what you
understand.
said.
It's the same stupid argument that Alex makes. Like, other players now define whether you're a legend, is what you're saying. So if Kane goes to a final, scores 10 goals, and Eric Dyer pumps in 12 own goals, he's not a legend because we lose the final. Because Eric Dyer, right? Other players define whether you're a legend or not is the stupidest
100%.
argument I've ever heard.
100%, Scott.
Okay,
100%.
wait.
Dumb.
Dan,
so-
is Gundogan
Other players.
is the Gundogan a legend of the Premier League?
Yes, this is a terrace argument. This is Terry Fleur's
Bro.
Let me ask you, is he a legend?
Bibliography 101. Why do you keep popping your phone in there for?
I'm lagging again. Am I back?
Yeah, but why? Who is this THFC? T.
Mo THFC. He wants to prove Sanchez is better than Dyer.
Who?
Who? How is Sanchez better than Dyer?
Hello?
Yeah, this
not
guy
dog
was
shit?
Watch out.
Hello, can everyone hear?
Yeah. Oh, you're gone again. I didn't kick you. You left.
He wants to prove that Sanchez is better than Dyer, so that's why he came on.
Who is Sanchez better than
It's not
Dyer?
that- it's not that difficult.
Crap, aren't they?
He's
It's not
the
that
guy
difficult
who
to become better than Dyer.
argument
It's
with
not
me
that.
since Henry
Dan, I
Stewart.
just think you saying you have to win trophies is pretty unfair. It's really unfair to the player.
I don't think so.
What's your
Yeah,
name?
it is.
It is. Dan, get over it.
Hello?
Hello. Can you hear
Hello?
me now?
Yep, we can
I
hear you
will.
now.
Yes. How are you guys?
Good.
You
How are
alright?
you?
I'm fine. How are you, Elias? You okay?
Yeah, I'm doing good. I'm doing good.
All
So
right.
you say you
Okay.
have been calling me for the last 4 hours to prove that point, is it? Like
No,
4 or
not
5?
really. I went to bed and I woke up and I saw you online again. So, yeah. So the reason I'm saying that Sanchez is a bit better than Davies and Dyer is because Sanchez is a central defender. I've seen him play in Ajax also. He was a very good defender with Matthijs de Ligt. I think it was about 2017 or 18 where he made his name also as a defender in Holland, you know? And if you look at Dyer at the moment, Dyer is actually a defensive midfielder who plays as a center back. So if you look at Dyer, what he brings at the football pitch is only the coaching side he can bring on and show the other players how to do it. But if you ask him to defend, that's a different question. So that's the reason I'm saying that Sanchez is better than Dyer. And yeah, that's all.
Okay.
He only
No,
played one season
actually-
with Ajax, and that's Eredivisie.
And-
So with
yeah,
one
and he-
good season, you
Actually,
can't be a very good player.
Dyer started as centre back and got put into
Midfield.
Right
a,
back.
a defensive mid. Now he's reverted back to being a centre back,
Shane, he wasn't a center back if I'm not
He was a
mistaken.
right
He was a right back.
Yeah.
right back. Sorry, yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, I understand the reason why Dyer at the moment is a more liable player than Sanchez. Of course, he is a ball-playing defender. His long balls are his best attributes. But if you say like who is the better defender between Sanchez and Dyer, then I have to disagree with you, Elias.
He had one good season 5 years ago with team.
And he
Eredivisie.
deserved, yes,
team, not in
and
Premier League.
he got
How
his
is he
transfer
still a
to.
good defender even he has done so many mistakes.
So
with
I'm gonna
Spurs?
back up Mr. THFC, and I guess your name
Yeah.
Mo or something like that. Or Mo
Mo
TFC.
TFC, yeah.
Because your name on there is just THFC, right? So Mo,
Yeah,
if
to
you look
change, I
at
think.
if you look at the attribute overview, and this is based on SofaScore, and this is just based on statistical data, since February 20, Davies has been over the last 4 seasons has been statistically better defensively, and only in defensive attributes, Dyer's better with creativity, better in attack, better with technique, better with tactical awareness, right? So Dyer is by far the better overall footballer, and then Davies and Sanchez has just edged out Eric Dyer. It's not by a lot. It's just by a smidge. Right? So if we want to be objective and go by the number, Davinson Sanchez is slightly better at defending than Dyer.
Yes.
But no.
Mo, remember, do you remember when Mourinho said in I think it was the Europa final, he said, I targeted Sanchez particularly.
Yeah. I remember that game. Yes. I was in the final. I watched Man United against Ajax. And Sanchez, he can't control the ball. His passing is awful. But if you ask him to defend, like in Holland, what we used to say is De Ligt was the guy who used to pass the balls, and Sanchez was the only defender of the back four. That's what we said in Ajax.
Do you realize that doesn't make sense in the Ajax system because you have to be good on the ball?
True. So
and
he
fact
came
he's
from
not good.
Look. So he came from Colombia,
Let's continue.
and he did one good season, and he earned a £42 million transfer to Tottenham. So he did something well at Ajax for him to deserve that transfer. So I'm not saying he's the best. I'm not saying he's the best.
He barely played for Ajax, though, and it was the World Cup, right?
He did well.
I mean, just because we pay a lot for a player doesn't mean it's a good player. We paid 40 million plus Lo Celso for Bryan Hill. I mean, what is he doing?
Let's look at the numbers here, comparison-wise with Eric Dyer per 90.
I'm talking about Sanchez. I'm not talking about Bryan Hill.
No, I'm just saying you're giving the argument that we paid a lot of money. Just because we paid money doesn't mean it's a good player.
So let's do the same time period for these guys.
Paid a lot of money for Ndombele, doesn't
You played a lot of money for a player who did well for Ajax, who all the way achieved to the final of the Europa League.
Okay,
So I mean, he was one season, and he did very well. And Pochettino picked him up from Ajax.
Pochettino didn't pick him up. That's not true. That was Steve Etchen.
Steve Etchen?
Yeah. Poch never wanted him.
That's then. I mean, that's.
I'm gonna show you guys here real quick, just because I like to be fair, right? So
I'm not saying Sanchez is the best, yeah. So
no, I'm not.
No, you just said it earlier that Sanchez should start over Dyer.
Wrong button.
That's
of
what we have been saying all this while.
So we've got Davinson Sanchez per 90 is the better tackler, right? Especially in the defensive third. Dyer's better going up forward. This is over from same period of time, 2017 to 2023, right? Better at attack, more attempts at higher percentage. He loses more challenges, but he takes more as well. Eric Dyer is better at blocking, and Eric Dyer is better or Davinson Sanchez is better at passing.
Oh, really?
More interceptions, more tackles, more clearances, and more errors, right? So this is the problem with
errors,
Mr. Sanchez, is that he's far more error prone. So he may be a better defender, but if he's making every 10 games, he's going to produce an error leading to a shot more than Dyer, right? So
well, I mean, if you want to affect the game, if you look at the game itself, Romero used to play in the middle for Atalanta. I think he played one bad game for AC Milan, but I really think Romero could do bits in the middle, Dyer, he's good with his passing. He's good with coaching the players on his left, right, on front of him. But if he is having a bad day, then we are playing with 10 men. And that's the reason why we are also leaking a lot of goals.
When was the last time we are playing with 10 men? When was the last time Eric Dyer got sent off? You're saying that, are you saying that Eric Dyer doesn't play well? That actually it's like playing with the 10 men, or it's like he actually concede a foul that gets him a red card? I want to understand that. When was the last time Eric?
Wait, 1 second. One second. I've got to go. Sorry, I couldn't stay on for longer.
Pick up then.
Last thing before I go, just For me, I don't think Richarlison has to start left wing. I think Danjuma starts left wing, Richarlison striker, back up to Kane. Give Kane rest. Well, I'll see you all soon.
Later days.
Hopefully we get a win against Chelsea. How is it insanity, Will? How is it insanity?
There's no reason Son should not start against Chelsea.
Why are we making our team purposely worse? That's what I never get with these.
Like, even worse player than Richarlison and Danjuma, so the Son can sit, our best player can sit on the bench again. That makes total sense.
Because our best player, we get more out of him starting from the bench than we do when he starts on the pitch.
No, it's completely anecdotal.
No, we can't.
It's not anecdotal. It's not anecdotal.
It is anecdotal. I don't think you know what anecdotal means.
It's anecdotal.
Well, if you've got if a scientist has a chemical and he's mixing them, and 2 of them work, and all the other ones don't work, and all the other ones fail, but you've got those 2 chemicals that work, and you're trying to get it to work, are you gonna try all the ones that have failed, or the 2 that have worked?
You're going to try it a lot more than twice.
Yep.
We haven't tried it more than twice.
What are you talking about?
Tried starting Son from the bench.
Okay, so you think, what you're telling me right now, I want you to say it. Son will score every time he comes off the bench, is what you're saying.
I think he'll have a lot better of a performance than if he starts on the pitch.
Why?
Because we've seen it with scientific evidence.
And we've seen him coming off last season, starting and scoring just fine. All last season.
But this is a different season.
And the season before that, 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 and the season before that. So you're saying out of a sample size of 7 years, 2 instances, right, means that all of a sudden now, Son can't score from a start, even though he scored a brace in the Champions League, he scored a brace in the Cup, and he scored against Crystal Palace. Even though he's scored as a starter 3 times this season because he scored off the bench twice.
Out of how many times? Out of how many times?
It's irrelevant out of how many times.
Yeah, it does. Of course it is. Of course it is.
You cannot sit there with a straight face and tell me you think Son is going to score off the bench 100% of the time, because in the 2 times that he's done it, it's been 100%.
It's not about scoring every time. It's about having a better game than he would if he starts on the pitch.
Dan, he has plenty of good games. Easily the best out of the front 3 against Milan. Easily the best out of the front 3 in multiple games this season.
Will, all of them against Milan were terrible.
They weren't.
Every single player in the front 3 was terrible.
They weren't.
All of them were.
They weren't.
All of them were terrible.
They weren't.
They were.
They weren't. Are you saying they were when there's objective criteria that says that they weren't is just dumb, right?
Listen, I think Danjuma deserves a chance on the left. He hasn't got 1 chance, and Son has had countless chances, and he's had a very average season, and I think we can all agree that Son has had an average season. But I've got to go. I've got to run. Big up to everybody in the panel. Big up to everybody in the chat.
Big up, Dan.
Praying for a win against Chelsea. The way that they're playing, it looks likely, but we'll see. See you guys soon.
Dan,
come on, you Spurs.
Later, Dan.
Here's English lad.
Come on, you Spurs. Will is a fraud.
Come on, you Spurs.
CQ is a fraud. Detractors is a fraud. I'm out.
Okay, little flowers.
Mini flowers. Mini flowers. But guys, I think we probably got about 7-10 minutes left. We're not gonna rock this thing out all night long tonight. We've already been going 2.5 hours.
You always say that, then we finish at 3:30.
No, we're doing it today. We're doing it today.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to get going myself. So
take care, Shane.
Have a good rest of the show, and I'll catch us next time.
Yeah, big up, man.
Take care.
Bye, Shane.
Big up, Shane. Mr. Elias, what do you got planned? What do you got going on? What are you doing? Where will you be?
Oh, okay. I have to do my planning today. But I think I'll be doing a show with one of the Chelsea fans this coming week to discuss a Chelsea game before some of the stuff line up for the weekend too.
I feel bad. Elias, I feel bad for you. The fact you're gonna do but the fact you're gonna listen to a delusional Chelsea fan, I feel bad.
Yeah, actually, that Chelsea fan is quite delusional. Don't tell him, he's one of my church mates actually. So I'm gonna do a show with him on the weekdays, and then on the weekend I'll do the review of the game with one of our Spurs fans. Yeah.
Sounds good.
Yep.
Mr. Shaquille, thanks for coming on again. I need to find you some music for yourself. You're becoming a regular on the show every week. I appreciate that. Show is always fun because people come on it. Nobody wants to hear me rant and rave by myself for an hour. So thank you for doing that. Keep Can't remember if you have any places of socials you want people to follow you at, or if you just want to come on shows. I can't remember, so you have to remind.
No place yet. No place yet. Just like to thanks for bringing me on the show.
No, man, you're always welcome.
Fun to chat with other Spurs fans. By the way, what do you guys think about the Chelsea game on the weekend?
Yeah, give your score prediction too, Elias. What's your score prediction for Chelsea as you give your outro?
I think we'll win 2-0.
2-0. Shaquille, what do you think, man?
2-1 Spurs. 2-1 Spurs.
2-1 Tottenham. Mr. Scott, out there in the Rockies, are you around or are you putting kids to bed?
No, I'm here now. I just made all the. It's late. We don't have school tomorrow. We got a holiday here.
Yeah, we do too. Is it President's Day there for you as well?
What's that?
Is it President's Day for you too?
No, not quite. It's Family Day tomorrow. They just kind of made. It's like one of those.
You copy American holidays, but give them weird names. Is that what it's called?
We got Family Day tomorrow, so we're doing setting up movie night. So I was giving everybody popcorn and their treats. But yeah, same as for me as always. No channel. You'll see me around. I'll probably be on Tottenham away on Friday afternoon. I'll say support anyone who doesn't want to make Spurs weak on purpose. Doesn't want to make us a worse team by playing our weaker players. That's different from rotation, right? If somebody wants to talk about rotation, I'll listen to that. But
Son got rotated today, so why does he need another rest, right? You got no excuses now. If you want him to sit out against Chelsea, it's because you got an agenda against the foe. That's all.
It makes no sense. But yeah, that's about it. Other than that, have a good night. Good to see everyone. And for a prediction for Chelsea, I think 3-1 Chelsea win.
3-1 Chelsea. No. Big up Scott. Classic Scott M.
And then I get called a doodle on this show. You should be ashamed of every single one of you. Should be ashamed.
No, you said that we're in a title race. You are, and we could win the Champions League. You're deluded.
Well, if you look at
theoretically, we can win Champions
You're both.
League.
The delusions are quite strong today, I think.
No, you guys say that, but if you look at the math, we are in the title race. It's only 12 points. And there's still a lot of games.
That's 12 points is a lot to make up, man.
Well,
12 points is a lot.
They still have City, they still have Man U.
Yeah, but I mean, they got to drop. They would have to drop, and we have to win 3 and be on the same level of games, right? They got to lose 3 on the bounce, and we got to win 3 on the bounce, which is possible after Chelsea. We do have a pretty easy run, right? Like we've got an easy month of March for the most part, right? April gets a little bit squishy, but it's possible for us to go on a 5-game run if we beat Chelsea, right? 4-game run at least after Chelsea. We've got easy games that we should win.
Yep.
After that. Someone just decided to pop in the back. Oh, it's KBBD. We'll let him come in and do his outro as well. But Miss Cubed, Wrexham fan. Is that Wreckham Ralph? We got where are you gonna be? Where do people follow you at? And what do you think the scoreline between Chelsea is gonna be?
I'll be around possibly on Tottenham away if I can manage to get my my energy up for it to deal with stupidity, but stupid fans. But I think we're gonna lose against Chelsea. Yeah, I don't know what the score will be. I don't think we're gonna get battered, but I think it might be like 2-1 Chelsea or like 1-0 Chelsea. They always turn up against us. Hurts my heart to actually make that prediction, but you know, do you make that prediction?
Sounds good. And Mr. Detractors?
Probably be on Tottenham away tomorrow on his show.
On the Monday podcast?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And for the score, you know what? I'm going to go for it. 4-1 Spurs. Harry Kane hat-trick, Son 1 goal.
Confidence.
Harry Kane hat-trick, Son 1 goal.
Yeah.
All right.
We'll record it. Well, it's recorded anyways.
Because this fraud, like I'm going to give credit to Will, Potter's a fraud. He is the worst manager in the league. One of the worst.
I agree
managers.
with you.
He's found out. He's found out.
I think this love child of Harry Potter and Ginny Weasley has been found out for sure. You know, he's got the ginger and the magician. But just like everybody else, he can't live up to his dad's reputation. Yeah. KPV, man.
Yeah.
Where can people find you? Where do you want people to find you? And what do you think the Chelsea result's going to be?
You can find me on Twitter, Carl Vineyard, at We Are Tottenham TV, Instagram, K-Bar Retribution, Carl Vineyard, and my YouTube channel should be, you can type it on YouTube like you found it before, Will. You can type it again on YouTube, and yeah, you can just plug it in, because I think you found it. Well, after the Man City.
Well, yeah, Gogama found it, and she's not here tonight, so. I don't know if we're going to find. I'm not good at finding stuff on YouTube, man, but she found it for sure.
The channel name I'm on about, you can find my channel name, and
yeah.
Yeah.
What was the channel name, though? Like, I don't even remember what the channel name was, man.
Type in Kyle Vineyard, because my name will be on there.
Kyle
It's the
Vineyard.
picture of Pochettino, I think. Or is it the picture of Gareth Bale?
There it is. I found it. Kyle
Yeah,
Vineyard
there
8517.
No,
Or
not
is
that
it-
one.
No. There's a
it's
Kyle
one with the-
Vineyard with Larice, son,
No, it's the one with the picture of Gareth Bale, I think.
Gareth Bale. Let me find it again. Let me go to channels. Gareth Bale, Kyle Patrick
We can
Vineyard.
put it
There
in the
you are.
chat if you want.
At We Are Tottenham TV KPV.
Yeah,
I got
that's the
you.
one, yeah, that's
I got you.
Yeah.
I got
So,
you.
and the scoreline, I'm actually going to go for a bigger scoreline because people remember rightly we beat them this scoreline on New Year's Day 2015, 5-3 Tottenham again. Kane got 2, and Danny Rose got 1, and yeah, Andros Townsend and Chadley got 1. So 5-3 Tottenham again, but like it was New Year's Day 2015, Kane burst on the scene, and that was, I believe, his first goal against the London club before the North London derby. So Kane just loves scoring against Chelsea. Son does so. Hope, but yeah, 5-3 Tottenham, and Kane double, and hopefully, yeah, Kulu and Son, hopefully.
Yep.
And I'm going to throw Elias's link in this chat as well. So there you go.
Thanks.
Big up, man. And you think we're going to be champions of Europe this year?
Yeah, because this is the only chance we've got of winning it to make it, like to get into it next season. So,
You don't think we're getting top 4 this year?
well, some people say we aren't, but we will. And I want to finish above the league leaders, the Arsenal are top. I just want to finish above them for 7 years in a row. So let's do it again. I just want to finish above them because, like, I can't stand them. So, yeah, we'll win it, and then we'll be in it again next season. Like, we finished second in Madrid, and we still managed to qualify for it. So we'll win it. And just as long as Liverpool don't get to the final, because they're getting battered by Madrid on Tuesday. So bring on Madrid after we beat Milan. We'll win it, and I'll be at the front of that parade.
There you go. I hope you are at the front of the parade.
I'll be there with Ben and Sim and Brian Daigle and everyone.
I'll send you a free shirt and hat, and you can wear it on the parade. How about that?
So what you gotta do? You're on.
Send you a Will Stewart 365 and a shirt there.
You're on, man. You're on.
and some pants too. Get you the whole get up. We'll properly kit you out, Kyle, at the front of the parade. How
Yeah,
about that?
no worries. No, mate.
But Mo THFC, man, where do people find you at? What's your Twitter handle if you have a Twitter, or if you don't want people to find you? What do you think we're going to score against Chelsea on next weekend, Sunday?
Next weekend, yes. I mean, Chelsea. So Chelsea at the moment are in a bad form. What they did in January was quite unique. You know, you don't get a manager and 6 or 7 new players, and to try to gel them at once in 1 month. That's very hard. So I think they are having like a kind of a small preseason at the moment, but within the season. So we are playing at home. We had a game or two that we won. So let's hope that we let's hope that we pressure them by playing Richarlison, Son, and Kane. Kulu today, he looked a bit tired. I'm not sure what he did today. At the second half, he did much better than the first half. But I mean, we need to play Son and Richarlison next game, I think. We are playing at the moment with 3 defenders. Last season with Tuchel, when we lost 4 times, that was a different story than now. I think we really have a chance. If the home crowd get behind the players, and if we have Kane firing again, Højbjerg playing his best game, and let's hope Romero too, then I think we can nick a point or 3. I don't think we should lose against this Chelsea. They are a bit dismantled. They are not playing well together at the moment, and Potters doesn't know his best 11. So they are a bit of a crisis at the moment at Chelsea. So let's hope for a win, and let's kick on, because Liverpool is also breathing at their necks. And I think if they get informed too, then that will be a big challenge for us, because Liverpool is a big club, big experience, and they know how to cope with pressure. So this game against Chelsea is a must-win game, if you ask me.
Yeah, I don't know if it's necessarily a must-win, because our run after this game is pretty easy. But I think we can win, and I think this is the right time to win. I agree with you. For me, I think that we'll probably end up beating Chelsea. I want to say probably. I think I'm going to go with 2-0. I don't remember what I said against West Ham, but I think I'm going to go with another 2-0. Chelsea's having a real hard time scoring goals right now. There's things that aren't really.
When they're in the mud, can I just say, even when they're in the mud, they turn up against us. It's so strange. Like when they play like shit.
Yeah, but that was before Potter.
And then somehow with us, they play amazing.
That was before Potter. Yeah,
it was before
Potter. That was Tuchel.
Kante had a great game in the defensive midfield.
Their set pieces were so dangerous against us. Rudiger used to score every game. So.
And then you had Alonso too, who always used to like to get up. Aspilicueta and all those guys.
I think Koulibaly scored the worldie against us in the corner.
Yeah, Koulibaly
scored the worldie with his left foot.
Yeah,
this year.
I don't think that's happening again. No. So I'm telling you guys right now, I am not scared of the love child of Harry Potter and Ginny Weasley. I'm not.
Can you do me a favor on the Spurs? If we beat Chelsea, can you wear glasses and do like the thing of Harry Potter on your forehead, like the scarf?
Yeah, I'll do that. I can do that.
And
I get hair. Get my Harry Potter hair out, and we'll do that. Yeah, we'll put a little, little check mark on a forehead.
Well, he already does the British schoolboy outfit.
Yeah. We'll do that. That'll be fun. I will. I'll do that on the Spurs corner. What do Henry? Kind of. He's saying Yankee Doodle, but he did a really bad job.
That's because he lost the bet to Stell.
To me, he lost the bet to me.
Well, you said Steve was going to beat Arsenal.
Yeah, I said City was going to beat Arsenal. I said 3-0. It should have been 3-0. That penalty was in a.
3-1. I said 3-1 City in the chat before the game. So
you got it dead on, didn't you?
Yeah.
At least he lived up to it. We have a lot of people around the Spurs community that don't live up to the bets they make, right? And they say they're going to wear jerseys and they don't.
Yeah, Detractors.
Oh,
Kane,
no.
Got to wear an Arsenal jersey.
Apparently. Apparently, jerseys take how long to get delivered?
No, it's been here for a
Walking it
long time.
over
I just don't like Spurs, so I don't want to wear it too.
The problem is
You gotta wear it though.
And he spilled on it now, so
No, okay, I'll wear it.
Don't be a chicken royale.
How about the tattoos?
At the end of the season, when we don't get the points, I'll get it.
Wait, are
keep
they
my
not
word.
saying that it's still possible?
It's not possible, but I don't need to get it now. Why waste the money now when I can waste it in March or May?
I've been waiting for that. I was like, it's time. It's time. Map it out, Will.
Yeah, we'll have it. We'll have it by the end of the season. We'll have it by the end of the season for sure. So,
Have you decided the place for the tattoo?
yeah, I'm gonna get it right there on top of my other one, right there. Oh, wrong button.
Right where?
What happened? My main camera went out. There it goes. I'm gonna get it right here on my other tattoo. So along one of the curves in that tattoo, I'm gonna get TOT tattooed right on top of it.
Will, how dare you call Dietrich's Chicken Royale? Use that name. We have to rename him. He's Prime Cafu now. Everybody's been calling him that.
Emerson Royale really progressed, yeah.
No, but I just feel Bob Pearl's not getting a chance because of this idiot. He had 2 years, and now out of nowhere he's playing
time.
well.
I think Poro's okay to be in training for a couple weeks, right? Kulusevski did it for a while, and then he came out and.
No, but at least he had the FA Cup. Then he took his chance against City. But probably he had you just throw him.
We'll probably play in the FA Cup. We're got an FA Cup match coming up soon, right? So Poro will probably play against Sheffield United, right? And he can score 2 goals and kick on.
Let's hope he does well, Poro, because we paid 45 million for him, and Emerson is all of a sudden playing well. So it will be a very big problem in the summer when Jet Spence come back and we have 3 right backs.
Oh, don't talk about Jasper. He's having a horrible time.
That was great. That was the best. How about that sofa score, baby? 5 point what? 5.1?
4.8.
4.8?
5.8.
Oh, God.
Ouch. Ouchie, ouch.
Speaking of owners, did you guys see Ali Gold was saying that Udogie was at the stadium watching the game today?
Yeah, I saw it.
Why, is he injured or something? What's he doing in England?
throw a shirt at him and throw him in.
What did he do in England?
No, he played yesterday and he just came to watch the game.
So he just flew in from Italy, just into the UK just to watch the game?
Just to watch,
just to watch.
Okay.
He said he met his teammates for the first time, so that's why he came.
I was like, throw him a shirt in. We should have thrown him in right then and there.
Oh, we should go get him, Marcelo. He just got his contract terminated. We should go get him, sign him as a free agent.
From Olympiacos.
Yeah.
All right, guys, but that's it for us tonight. We are going to be back. When's our next game? Chelsea. Post-Chelsea match.
Yeah.
Whenever that is. And we'll be on at whatever time we're on. So make sure you check it out.
Make sure you bell.
But,
do you realize it's at 8:30 a.m. Eastern time?
Is it 8:30? We got daylight savings or something coming on?
Yeah, 8:30.
8:30 is better than 7:30. And that means for Cube it'll be on at 5:30 in the morning. That's better than 4:30.
Yep.
So yeah.
That's why you guys tell me if it's worth me watching or not. If it's not, I'll just roll over and go back to sleep.
All right, sounds good. But folks, we'll be back then. So whatever day that is, and in whatever time we go live, that's where we'll be. So
hit the likes before you go.
Yeah. Hit the like button, everyone, and subscribe.
That's right. Hit the like, subscribe, throw in a super thanks after the show if you want to.
If you don't know, get to know.
If you don't know, get to know. Yeah. And we will be back sometime. I kept saying that like 4 times already. I don't know why my brain's falling asleep. Stay strong. Stay Spurs. And we will see you guys next time. Alex has come to the end of the road, chasing alley gold. That's unusual, need to get to know. He be waffling. Alex has come to the end of the road, chasing alley gold. That's unusual, need to get to know. He be waffling.